Oh my. Ladies and gentlemen, when the keys are crying and that guitar's whining like that, I mean, somebody's got the blues in Texas, and Judge Fleischer probably gave it to him. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Maybe a lot of people got some really good news today, but that's probably not the case. We're definitely going to see over the next 2 hours as we all indulge ourselves with the Fleischer Forum, where we will look over the day's cases, talk about what we got going on screen. I am Lone Wolf Usul. I'm your curator for these videos. And if everybody's game, not too tired by the end, we still got Judge Van. And I did cut up some Judge Van from today also. So that's what we got in store for today, ladies and gentlemen. For now, I'm gonna let the song play on for a few minutes, and we'll be starting right as soon as the intro ends. I do want to let everybody know, today's docket was a healthy 3-hour-ish docket. You know, I shaved about an hour-ish off, and to be honest, the stuff that I shaved off wasn't much of anything to speak of. It was a lot of quiet time, breaks between speaking to lawyers and that type of stuff. So, we're going to see pretty much everything that happened, I believe. If I missed anything, you'll have to let me know. Yeah, rumor has it Linus will be in-house tomorrow. We'll hear a little bit, well, I heard a little bit about that at the end. I don't think I actually included that in the video for today, but right now, time to get started. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fleischer Forum. I am your Lone Wolf Usul. Let's get started, shall we?
All right, let's roll.
Mr. Mack.
Come on up.
Mac is the last name?
Yes, sir.
All right, Judge, I can give you a picture.
All right, you are Eric Matthew Mack.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mack, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You're also charged with interference interference with the duties of a public servant. On both of those, you're facing up to 6 months in jail. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On October 30th, 2024, officers were patrolling an apartment complex in Harris County, Texas, that is known to have a high amount of crime. Officers are familiar with the property manager who has complained about trespassers in the past. There were multiple no trespassing, no loitering signs throughout the apartment complex. Officer observed the defendant walking around the apartment complex wearing a hoodie with the hood up and a mask covering his whole face and holding an unknown object in his pocket. Officer asked if the defendant lived in the complex and the defendant did not answer. Officers believe that crime was afoot as defendant refused to remove his hands from his pocket. Officers attempted to Terry frisk the defendant for any weapons. The defendant refused to be patted down for weapons. Officers attempted to detain him for a criminal trespass investigation, but he refused to be placed in handcuffs. He resisted to be placed in handcuffs, and it took 4 minutes. It took 4 deputies to detain him as he kept pulling away and moving his hands away from each other. It was determined that the defendant did not reside at the apartment complex.
Mr. Mack, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. How old are you, sir? What do you do for a living? Why not? Sorry?
Retiring.
I can't hear you.
Retiring.
There are so many people that are hiring. It's ridiculous. Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's the next move in your life? You're 21, you ain't got no job. What are you doing with your life?
Military.
That would be a great idea. Holy moly, that would be awesome. Really. That will give you structure, it'll give you discipline, and it'll get you a job. That would be a fantastic thing to do. But jobless, no prospects, no future at 21, that's not going to bode well for you. So I'll appoint your lawyer today, but it's one of the 2 things. Great idea if you want to go to the military. If not, you must get a job, and I'm making that a condition of your bond. Do you understand?
Sir.
You cannot just smoke weed and play Xbox and do nothing all day without no regard to your future. It's not going to happen. So 2 things. I don't want you going back to this location, and I don't want you to have any weapons. Do you understand?
Sir.
How do you fill out an application? I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks, and I want to see what you have done to get a job. If you've done nothing, it's not going to go well. Do you understand, Mr. Mack?
Sir.
You got to do something with your life, because if not, you're going to be hunchless, just on the side of the road, begging for money without a prospect. That's not a good way to go through life. Do you understand?
Sir.
All right, come on, Stephen, I'll give you an application. You'll sign a reset with Ramona, and then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box.
Do you want us to do those?
Yeah, just no going back to the location, please. No weapons. And then, get a job.
Your Honor, our only other arraignment is a Spanish speaker, and already got texts.
Got it. Okay, counsel, come on up. Hey,
I pushed on a official license.
is it on the one, Ramona?
It's on
Okay, tell me.
Cordova Hernandez, Judge.
I did, yes, I wasn't here in this month, actually.
Is he on docket today?
I believe so, Judge. That's what I saw online. I mean, Cordova.
Okay,
I used to last week, never got an accepted, reply back, but I checked online and it was in the system.
Judge, it is on the docket today.
Yes, okay.
And you can just talk to me.
is he on probation now?
No, Judge, he has a pending DWI. We already submitted the mitigation packet to Nathan. Nathan just responded yesterday that he needs him to do one essay before he makes the determination.
Okay.
Here we got the insurance, he got the interlock. I attached the abstract with the petition, Judge, and this is first timer.
Great.
No
I'll grant it.
accident. And thank you, Your Honor.
Sure, just, if you want to get with Ramona, she can help you with the, with all the documents, okay?
And thank you, Your
Sure,
Honor.
of course. Herman,
Good morning, Your Honor.
hey, good morning.
I have Miss Priscilla Hernandez. She's been accepted into PTI. Everything's filed, just waiting for the state to file the supervisory order.
You filed the supervision order?
Yes, and PTI already told us, your
Great.
prosecutors that she can go in.
Okay, great. Bottom of page 13. Looks like they filed the supervision order. Is she here to sign the reset?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll have her sign the reset and then we'll let her go.
Okay, and I have one more. If I could just put my note in for this case. Is Mr. Vasquez. Can we just have a short reset for him to decide PTI or time served, Your Honor?
I know.
I can be here next Thursday. We can be there next Thursday to take care of one.
Tell me about Mr. Vasquez, guys.
Is this Antonio?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you want me to read PC?
No, I mean, it's set for DPIH now. I don't understand.
Yes.
Why it's.
I think he's going to take a time served, Your Honor.
So
I just got to confirm.
So at the last setting, Herman advised us that he wanted to decide with his defendant whether he wanted to do time.
Today's we were set to decide though.
Yeah, so if he wants to do time served, we were just waiting
Is
on
the client
them.
here?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes,
You
he
want to
is.
do it today?
Well, I'm in another county, Your Honor.
So we can get the plea paperwork ready. We've had this offer on the table for a while. We were just waiting.
I mean,
I can-
everything can be done through Zoom if you want to.
Okay.
All we need you to do is explain it to him. It's up to you.
Okay, yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it through Zoom. Judge, can he sign there with your clerk? Because I don't know if he can
Yeah,
conceptualize.
I'll put in the plea paperwork right now, Judge.
He's gonna need, I mean, we can't, the clerk can't take signatures anymore.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
I guess, are you gonna be in town tomorrow?
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll roll it to tomorrow then.
Thank you.
Ms. Hernandez, we don't have a supervision order filed.
Let me check with them.
Did he send the stuff to Michael?
He's,
Yes, everything's been sent.
okay, let me check with Michael real quick.
You should.
Are you ready to file a supervision order on Priscilla Hernandez?
Yes, I'm still catching up on the supervision orders, Judge, for today, but I will be filing that.
Okay, great. So we just need the confirmation. Okay. All right, Herman, you're good to go. So we'll just
Thanks.
roll tomorrow and we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay,
Okay?
bye-bye, thank you.
All right, buddy. See you tomorrow. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, let's do it.
25, Tanya. I don't know what's the number.
Tayun? Yeah, Tayun.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Are you Arnaldo Bernabe Larios Tayun?
Yes, sir.
Order in the court, please.
You were charged with driving while intoxicated. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be afforded to you, sir.
Judge, on October 31st, 2024, officers were dispatched at 2:46 a.m. to report to the motor vehicle sitting in the intersection of a public roadway in Harris County, Texas.
Can I switch you? Slow down just a tad.
Yes,
Please.
of course.
Order in the court.
Vehicle was
The vehicle was
El
sitting
vehículo
in the
estaba
intersection
estacionado en
of
la
a public
intersección de
roadway
una carretera, en la calle pública
in Harris County,
del condado
Texas,
de Harris County,
with the
Texas,
driver
con el
asleep at the
chofer ahí
wheel.
dormido en el volante.
Upon
Perdido,
arrival,
los policías,
officers located
ellos
defendant's motor vehicle
encontraron el
and
vehículo,
observed
sacaron
defendant
manos
to be the
y lo
sole
vieron que era el
occupant
único
of the
que estaba
vehicle.
en el vehículo.
Upon
Cuando
contact with the
hicieron contacto
defendant,
con el acusado,
officers
los
observed
oficiales
red
vieron
glossy
que tenía
eyes,
los ojos vidriosos,
slurred speech, and an
tartamudear para
odor of
hablar y un
alcoholic
olor de alcohol
beverage emitting from the
que venía
defendant's person,
de su persona.
along with poor
Cuando
balance.
también no se podía balancear.
The defendant
El
admitted to
acusado
drinking,
admitió de que había
and an
tomado,
inventory
y
of
cuando
the
hicieron el
vehicle
inventario del vehículo,
yielded several
vieron de
open,
que
cold to the
varios
touch beer cans,
Drinking while driving.
siendo y tomando,
most of which were mostly
cuando
empty.
la mayor parte estaban vacíos.
SFSTs were
Las
conducted,
FST se hicieron
6 out of 6
6 de 6 de
HGN,
la HGN,
plus vertical gaze
también el
nystagmus,
nystagmus vertical,
and 3 out of 4 one-leg stand.
3 de 4 de pararse en una sola pierna.
The defendant
El
failed to perform the
acusado
walk and turn
no pudo
because he
hacer
failed to
caminar y
follow
voltear porque no
instructions.
siguió las instrucciones.
DICs were
El
read but
DS se le
refused,
leyó,
and a
se
warrant was
negó,
signed and
entonces se
executed.
firmó una
He
orden y
has
se
no driver's license,
hizo.
judge, and
No
no
tenía
prior criminal
licencia ni
history.
tampoco tenía ningún antecedentes.
I would hope
No,
that you recognize it's elementary that you're not supposed to have alcohol in the car while you are driving, Mr. Tayun.
señor Tayun.
Do you have a Texas driver's license? Look at me,
Míreme, no,
not
a usted
allowed
no
to
se le
drive.
permite conducir.
What is your immigration status? Are you a United States citizen?
¿Es ciudadano americano?
No.
No,
Are you in this country with or without permission?
without.
What happens if you go to jail?
Van a regresar al país.
I don't know, I believe that return me to my country.
Right.
Cierto.
You will sit
Usted va
in jail
a la cárcel.
waiting for this case to be over with, and then you will be shipped off to immigration.
Lo mandan con
But you will
migración.
sit in immigration custody for about 6 to 9 months, waiting for immigration to do whatever they're going to do. And I'm going to tell you now, the incoming president is not very sympathetic
Ese no es muy
with people
simpático.
who are in immigration custody.
Ay, no.
Do you understand?
¿Entiende? Yes, sir.
I'm putting conditions on
La
you
primera condición,
and your bond. And if you violate it in any way,
condiciones,
then you will go to jail. The reason you got out as quick as you did is because we gave you a free bond.
pedimos
It
una
will not happen again. You violate conditions. More importantly, if you drive, because I'm ordering you not to,
¿acaso?
then I'm going to make your bond extremely high.
Entonces,
This is a promise that you're going to make to me today, that you're not going to drive. And I don't care what is going on in your life.
a mí no me
You
importa.
drive. I can have a contempt hearing. You will be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car and drive. So if you drive 3 times, I will have 3 contempt hearings. You are also not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, likewise, you will go to jail.
Consumiendo la-
And let me be frank with you. If they charge you with the open container, that is a minimum of 5 days in jail. And I'm going to tell you, if you do anything more than 4 hours in custody, you will be stuck like Chuck in custody with an immigration detainer. Do you understand?
¿Entiende?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to
Va a
drive?
jurar de que no va
I'm not done yet. After that, you will get to Ramona where you will sign a reset.
a firmar la
After that, you'll get with Fleischer for your bond conditions. This is the only warning that you will get from us, Mr. Tayun. So take it. If not, you will spend a lot of time with us. When you come back, please have a lawyer, sir. Now you may go. All DWIs, random test.
He's obviously.
Miguel Gonzalez, everlasting Miguel Gonzalez that just never goes away. You don't even have to say the name, I know. Where are we now?
I think he's done everything he's supposed to do.
I sure hope.
Are we on?
I know.
First, but he is in compliance. They said he's doing good.
That's what I meant to say.
What about no violations? Hopefully,
No, he's current on his fees. The probation officer said that he has no problems with him. So we're just waiting. He came,
Last time, yeah. He was supposed to sign up for the course and everything.
so you've been able to verify everything's, we're good. Okay, and how much longer does he have left?
this class is supposed to be on November 21st.
Okay, this is the SOP? Great, so this is the last thing.
Extending him because he violated, he tested positive. So it's like an aftercare for this.
When was the last positive?
What was your question?
When was the last positive? Well, just beware that if it happens again, a positive, he's out.
Yeah, and that's why we reset it, so we make sure he signed up for everything.
Yeah, okay, Shatori, we're good regardless, just, it's absolutely no tolerance from now on. Okay, all right, so we'll set you for the day after,
Day after,
22nd.
22nd.
So let's make sure that's a good day, hold on. Yeah, that's a Friday, that's good. Mr. Dakota, hey, good morning. What's new?
Same old stuff, running around.
Yeah.
Myra Herrera. It's a DWI and FSCI. We worked out a plea agreement. I just need to see if I can shortly set it for a plea.
What are we doing?
DWI probation.
Okay,
We reset it from the last time because they needed to find out the restitution from the complainant. We've got that handled.
is it restitution? Okay, so we'll do that as part of the, yeah, okay. How long do you want?
2 weeks, maybe.
Done. Just got to be at the next setting.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Carl. Hey,
I got a few issues to run by you.
okay.
First one is a dummy.
We have something with the gentleman, don't we? Is
You
there-
wanted proof that he was in, get his GED, and he's looked into it, and the earliest he can get in is January 20th, but he has all the paperwork. I'm telling you, he's here.
Oh,
He's here if you want to talk to him.
come on, Badame. Come up.
Ms. Herrera?
He also has a felony pending that was reset for 12/7, that's set for
How do you
12/17.
spell his name?
Adame, ADAME.
Set first appointment for January.
That's what the documentation he showed the judge.
Yes. The earliest appointment you could get to start your GED is in January. Really? Really?
I already have the place where I'm supposed to go register. They told me I gotta wait until the first.
Are you working now, Mr. Dame?
I'm working right now, that's why.
What are you doing?
My warehouse. I call it like dropping, I call it like pallets. They're taking out the truck.
January is too far off. Unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's too far off.
Cause they don't have none right now. They're all.
I'll go somewhere else. Where are you looking now?
Harris
Harris
County
County.
Department of Education.
Why not go somewhere else?
Cause I don't have money like that to be spending right now. Cause I still gotta pay my bond. So I'm asking.
How much is that one right there?
It's free. They're free. The programs are free.
Victoria, Do we have any like programs to get a GED that are like low income, low? Do you know of anything that's available?
Yes, I have resources, I just don't know like how soon they'll be available. I can call them.
Do you mind real quick to see? That's 2 months away. There's no way. We're gonna find you something quicker. You have to get started on it now. If you don't get started on it now and you wait till January, you're never gonna do anything. You're gonna sit just wasting away. And that's not, we need to get started now while you are with us right now. I'm also now gonna send you for a drug and alcohol test. I wanna make sure that you're clean. If you're clean, I'm gonna be very happy. Mr. Adame, I hope you're not using.
Yes, sir.
All right, still go ahead, take a seat for me. I want to make sure that, I want to see what we can do to try to get him into something quicker than just January.
No problem.
Yeah, okay.
Next one we have is Cabrera. He was here last week. We did a TRAS evaluation on him. TRAS recommends DDRP.
Okay.
The state's offering 9 months deferred adjudication. Of course, I'm sure you're going to what?
You said Herrera, right? Herrera?
Cabrera.
Oh, Cabrera. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Of course, he's crying. He doesn't want DDRP. I told him it's not Burger King. Is there any type of?
He's still back there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's.
Is there any offer that you would accept?
Oh, no.
I didn't think so.
Just-
Gotta ask the question.
Do you mind bringing out Cabrera, please?
Farrell?
Yep. No, Giovanni, right? Oh, wait, we've got two Cabreras. Which one?
It's Giovanni.
Okay.
Right.
Yes, that's him.
Just curious, for GED programs, can they start like at any time?
Say it again?
For GED programs, like online?
It's just, do whatever you want. They have them online. You can start at them at any time. It's just whether you want to. No. You can, they have online ones. They have ones in, well, they're everywhere, HCC, just,
How much you want to spend?
right.
Oh, but it's not one of those things where you have to.
No.
That's what I was curious
No.
about.
But
It's just-
apparently it is with Harris County, that one. that he
Problem
went
is that a lot of people claim it's about money, but as you've seen here, people pay what they want to pay. Even though they say they can't pay, they still have money to spend elsewhere to do other things, right? It's a matter of priorities. And so that's why.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, because I was thinking, well, it is November, so if they're doing it on a semester, so then January.
It's what he's looking into a program that's through the Department of Education that's free.
No, that makes a lot of sense. now.
Whereas I want to see if we can find something that's like either low cost or
Yeah.
free, so we can get started sooner. Morning, Mr. Cabrera.
Sir.
How's jail? You're clean, right? Ultimately, that's what matters, that you're staying clean. We have you evaluated to see how we go forward, because I don't know. I don't know you. All I know is your history, and your history is not good. And if I had to bet, and if I was a betting man, I bet most of the charges that you have here are drug and alcohol related. You now have the ability that if you put your heart and soul into it, you could make this thing work and last for a long time to keep you out of trouble. I have a program that's probably valued at around $15,000 to $30,000 for people who are in the outside world, who a lot of times can't afford it. I know you don't want to do it, but I think that's probably the best thing for you. You've got how many, theft, weed, delivery, burglary, delivery, theft, possession, trespass, and now you got, we're working 20 priors here. Now's the time to make use of it before you dig yourself into a catastrophic hole that you never come out of. And if you don't believe me, watch online. Look at how many people end up with a 25 to 40-year sentence because of dope they can't get away from, and they use that as an excuse. I'm not going to let you sit here and go outside and say, the system failed me. It's not going to happen here. We have the ability. We're going to use it. Do you have any questions?
If we go through with the program, am I gonna have to wait in here till they come and pick me up, or y'all gonna release me into the program now? I don't wanna have to waste time in here, just sitting here.
It's a 2-week wait, but Shatoria said she can expedite it for a week. So you'll be in it in a week,
You're doing the program within a week.
Within a week?
which is great. Because,
That's fantastic.
usually when you're upstairs in felony courts, the wait's like 2 months.
Everybody's telling me that they're waiting for a program 3 months and
And don't listen to those jailhouse lawyers. You know about that. You know what I mean? That's why they're there. Don't listen to them. Here, we got the goods and it's a week to get you in. But make use of it. That way you don't end up back out there. Learn a trade. Do something worthwhile. Okay,
Get paperwork together.
done. Okay. Gosh, oh, tell me. Okay,
As far as I need a reset on, Sarah, in all cases, they just produced the body cam
okay.
last setting. I looked at it. It doesn't show her in the vehicle, but there's some issues there that we need to, I need to look and talk to some witnesses who were actually there as opposed to that. I just need to reset.
Is discovery complete?
It
Judge,
appears to be complete from, yes,
Yes, it's complete, Judge.
How much time do you want?
30 days.
It's 190 days old now. So at that time though, if you want to do PTI, she's got to be ready for it. So with packet in hand, everything done. And then,
It's a
it
question.
looks like it's
Mr.
a,
Anderson.
oh, really? She doesn't want to do PTI?
Well, it doesn't seem to be at the present time because she says she wasn't driving the vehicle. There's some issues I need to look into, Judge.
Hey, is she here now?
Yes, she's here.
Sarah Flores, come up. By then, we're going to be at 2:20 and we're not going to be just going back and forth. Okay, now we want to do PTI.
I don't,
I'll give you the 30 days, but at the next setting, it's plea or trial. Unless if at that time you want to do PTI, you got to have the packet ready. So look, we set cases for trial at 180 days. Your case is now 190 days old and Carl has asked me for another reset. I will acquiesce, but I'm not giving you another one after that. You guys need to go through this case between now and then. We have the option to do an intervention program where if you're granted entry into it and you complete it successfully, the case gets dismissed. However, you have to apply to get into that program. You guys need to talk. If you want to set this case for trial next time, great. If you want to apply for the pretrial intervention program, you have to have everything in hand by the next time you come back. That includes the mitigation packet. Because you're at a 0.15, is there an accident?
no.
Okay, regardless, you're at a 0.15 or above, so they require you to do a mitigation packet. Carl can explain that to you, but if you want to do it, you got to have the packet in hand next time. I'm not going to come back here, okay, we need another reset to get the packet. Nope. The next setting is plea or trial unless you have the packet in hand. If you do, you come here, we'll send you for TRAS and evaluation, which is what everybody needs to do to get into this program. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we'll see you in 30 days.
Understand, Judge. Can, C-A-N, Lisa, PTID. She's not here.
What's the last name, Can?
Can, C-A-N.
It's waived.
Okay, I know her appearance is late, but she wanted me to approach you for a reset to get your.
It's 143. It's, yeah, it's getting up there, but
And the last one I have is, last name is Barr, B-A-R-R.
okay.
He's not here today, Judge. He was in custody. His felony case was resolved. It was dismissed, but he doesn't have transportation to get here. He's in a wheelchair and he didn't have transportation to be here today. The state's offered time served. I just need to read.
Okay, I'll set it for bond forfeiture for 1 week. He's got to be here. If he fails to come here next week, then I'm revoking his bond. Let him know.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
got it. Okay, Yash.
How are
Hey,
you?
bud, what's new?
Not much. I'm here on Mr. Justin Harrison. He's on the docket.
Okay.
Judge, the state is offering 30 days on this case. I would like deferred adjudication. we haven't been able to reach an agreement. So I was wondering if we can approach.
Are you, without an agreed record, are you okay or no?
I would like to tell you about the case and the facts, Judge, and then I would be willing to do whatever
Okay.
you would like. So, Judge, this is just for the court's reference, the client, the defendant does have criminal history from 2016 to theft-related cases, $150 to $500, and one fraudulent destruction of a price tag, Class A misdemeanor, both convictions. Also a 1999 driving while license suspension conviction and a unlawful carrying of a weapon conviction as well from 2002. In this case, Judge, this is an Astros merchandise theft case where the defendant goes to an Astros game. On the surveillance video, it's quite clear. He comes in with an empty bag, puts a jacket on, puts a shirt on, walks directly out of the store. The reason why I'm offering 30 days on this case on a retail theft, glorified retail theft, is because I believe that the defendant attempted to hide what he did by going to a game again the day after to pay for a jacket, to come bring proof to court to try to get it dismissed. To me, that was extremely.
You violated bond conditions then, because we ordered him not to go back.
So to me,
But there's no proof of that, Your Honor. There's no proof that he went back to the same game.
No, he's saying the day after he goes. How do you know?
So I was provided with, for purposes of plea negotiations, I was provided with a receipt and a bank.
So you don't know, I mean, you don't know whether it could have been wife or someone else that went to go
I mean,
pay.
it's his bank statement. I don't know who exactly used the credit card. I was made aware that it was the defendant. So, I mean, I'm not looking to revoke his bond. I'm just telling the court that I don't believe.
I'm glad that at the minimum, though, he did what not many people do. Went to go back to pay restitution. I mean, didn't take any more merchandise, so just went to go pay. Do you know that?
That I don't know. But to me, Judge, it's aggravating because it looks like he's preemptively trying, because the story that I was told is that, well, he actually did pay for the jacket because there's no admission that he went the next day. The story from the defendant is that that was the same day. Does that make sense, Judge?
Okay.
So he's saying, no, I actually paid for the jacket the same day. Here's the receipt.
I see.
On the weekend.
So he got kind of, he felt bad, goes at a later time to go pay for what he took.
The transaction would post the next day. The transaction wouldn't post on a Saturday. It will post on Monday, the following business day. That's what the statement shows. But Michael is assuming that he went back again to the Astros game, which means that he.
Yes, and the receipt.
He purchased another Astros ticket.
Yes.
To go steal a jacket.
Yeah, we can't make assumptions, right? I can't.
There's no. I understand it. I'm just making the court aware why my offer was 30 days county, and if the court.
I'm really wondering, did he, after the fact, go to pay because he felt bad that he allegedly took it and then goes, you know what, that was stupid. Here, let me just go give them the money for the stuff, and then did not get merchandise and really just go pay out of.
He got the jacket back.
I understand. Based off the way the story was told to me, I am depicting it as though he is trying to get the case dismissed with.
Obviously.
Right, but the story he told me is that's a receipt from the same day. He went and bought a jacket that same day. He's not saying he went the next day. I'm saying he went.
Do you have a receipt?
They
Other than the bank statement, not the bank statement, an actual receipt saying
Not a
that.
receipt, but it's worn out. The date's worn out. You see it's from 2024, but you can't see what the month.
You have
of
a
the
time
date is.
on it.
Well,
Oh, yeah, time is
the
not.
irrelevant is the date.
The date is worn out. You can't see that.
Hmm.
But, I mean, I'm approaching to, he doesn't want this to go on his record. He's gonna lose his job.
What happened with the first theft? It says disposed. Did he do a probation on that?
It's their conviction, time, Judge, time served. 2016 fraudulent price tag, time served. And 2016 theft, $50 to $500, time served.
Is he here?
He's here.
Dalton?
Yeah, I can go get him.
Curious as to what happened. It's up to you. I don't know.
But I think he's never done a deferred before. I think it would actually help him.
The idea, Michael, is also we can make him do classes to kind of rehabilitate and teach, Are you okay with that?
You do a time served and then now you want 30 days. I mean, how is that helping his situation?
I'm okay with getting the defendant treatment. It's not gonna, I'm not gonna put my name on that kind of a plea, but if the court would like to offer a deferred, I will go with that under good rec all day.
Okay, and we can do it for 2 years.
Yes,
We
Judge.
can have him on, for 2 years.
2 years.
Well, if he does well for the first year, we'll cut him loose early. Just that it's kind of an incentive for him to do well. Look, we'll put you on for 2 years. If you do well, we'll cut you loose in a year. Just do, an effective decision-making class and anti-theft, and that's it. No community service,
But let me go talk to him.
Okay,
I'll come
but
back.
at least that way, you're getting what you're asking for, Yasha, and I'm okay with it. I just want him to learn from it. He has one conviction now. It'll never happen again. And he's got to know that you ever pick up another one, you're looking at a felony offense.
Deferred would still keep it off his record.
Yeah,
We can
yeah.
conceal it.
And I don't understand how this is in charge of the felony now. It's a second. This is a third theoretically, right?
Yes, Judge.
You tell me.
Go talk to him, Judge.
You tell me.
I'll come back.
Well, I think
Okay.
it's not a third because the charge is, one of the charges he's convicted of is not technically a theft, it's fraudulent destruction of a price tag. So it's theft related, but I don't think for purposes of an enhancement, it's technically a felony, but it probably should be.
Let me know. I'm okay with it, but it's gonna be rather long. And then if he does well, we'll cut him loose early. Okay.
I'll let him know. Thank you.
For sure, yes. Mr. Gold.
Question. I'm talking to my client Joel Avilas about a potential time served plea. It's a racing case. I just want to make sure if he does take a time served plea, you won't be doing any kind of license suspension.
What's his last name?
Avilas? Maybe Varela Avilas?
Yeah, I don't see Avila, so let's look under the, is it a second?
No, he has no history. He's got some dismissed stuff, but this would be his first conviction.
It is a second. He had one that was dismissed.
Yes.
PTI, Judge.
What's no?
I'm gonna suspend his license.
Okay, if he does deferred, then it would be suspended though, right?
No.
It would. Okay. Can you put up the paperwork deferred?
Yeah.
Judge, can I approach?
What? Whoa, look who it is.
What you were gonna say?
Peter.
Judge, I've got.
Good man. What's new?
What's up with me? Nothing, I'm just-
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. It's always good to see you.
Morgan, you gotta be careful with this one right here.
You know what?
Oh.
Really gotta be careful with
With a
this
heads
one.
up.
Without a collar, no less.
I think I can do it while we're talking. Let's see if I can do my potty trick. I've got a guy named Cruz Chacon, CHACON. CS Luke.
Say it again? I don't see a cruise check on. Oh, I see it. Okay, I see it. It's 100. It looks good. Good job. That's right.
Keep it on for my conversation.
It's 110 days old, so it's not old.
No, we're missing a body cam. State's done an escalation request, so we just wait to see if we've got the body cam and.
Why is it you don't have it? I mean, it's.
So we have some body cam. We don't know if this officer had his body cam on at the time. He has been admonished.
But they're supposed to.
He's been admonished before for not having his body. cam.
What?
So we are I think the other three in this court is double checking with the status of that for that specific officer.
How is it that you get in trouble one time for not having your body cam and you continue to do it? How is it that a defendant who picks up a second case gets punished and an officer who does it a second? It's unfair and it's not right.
And Judge, we're also working, we're actually talking about if we need mitigation, because I want to, if this is not successful, then obviously I'm going to look at PTI. So I just don't want to sit and wait and then one doesn't work and then have to start working on the other one. So we actually either going to start working on the mitigation package.
Why don't we subpoena the officer here to explain why he can't get it done? you know?
I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah,
We're talking about body.
Check. yeah. How is,
My issue is subpoenaing the officer to come testify about that, Judge, is when they go back to the station after they've gone to a scene, all they do is they dock their body cam. And at that point, it's on, there's another person whose job is solely to take body cam that's been docked and upload it. And if that's not done.
no. But my point is that we have an officer that repeatedly fails to turn on his body cam.
Oh, turn on his body. cam.
Right.
Okay.
He's been already out, what as Morgan has said, he's already been admonished once. Turn on your body cam. What, why aren't you turning it on? And now we have a second.
Just can we do this? I'm totally fine with giving the state some time to try and see if there is actually body cam. I'm going to work on mitigation or finish up my PTI, whatever's needed. I'll touch base with them in about a week or so and see
Sure.
where we are and we'll figure it out.
Peter, whatever you want.
No,
If you
that's
want-
fine.
He said a shorter, whatever you want, but
I'll just probably do a regular reset. It's not that old, but I know we're getting a little closer to the wall. So we should have answers on that. State's going to do an
are there
eval.
more than one officers there on the scene where you have body cam?
This is the HGN body cam and this is the body cam I need.
Is this the actual arresting officer? Oof. All right, Peter.
Good.
You
Thank
let
you,
me
Judge.
know.
Good to see you.
You too.
Appreciate it.
Top of page 8. Whatever he wants, just because he looks so good.
You like that title?
Leave it on.
I like both sides. They finish up pocket easier.
Alan,
Waiting for.
Okay.
It's gonna be on project once it's complete, Your Honor.
have you guys checked in with Wiggins to make sure that he's been doing well and not using phones and stuff? You know, Sterling Wiggins, he's on docket today. Good morning, Mr. Wilson. Sir, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 6 days in jail, credit for the 11 that you've done. So you've served your time basically, but you need to understand the charge will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any charges that you pick up. Do you understand? Is this what you want to do? You give up a lot of rights by doing this, sir. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences, or you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this or undo this. This is what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
All right. How do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
I'll find you guilty, sentence you to 6 days in jail, give you credit for the 11, I'll roll your court costs. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks. Yeah, of course.
Judge,
Good morning.
I'm approaching on Jeffrey Thomas. He's on the trial docket for Tuesday. It looks like we're the only one up now.
Really?
I think
All
so.
the other ones have,
So one of them, Judge, I'm gonna file the dismissal on, and the other one,
okay,
defense and I have worked it out, it's Troy Locklear.
okay.
We've worked it out, it's the one where the defendant has a pending DWI out of Fort Bend County. Our case was only filed a month and a half ago, but he set it for trial on the day of the arraignment. I came to a global resolution with Fort Bend County.
Really?
That defense agreed with, that offers the defendant an opportunity to undergo a year-long treatment program. Mr. Locklear will come in and we'll discuss it with
Doing
you.
it over there or over here?
They're gonna do it over there.
Over there?
And then
Okay.
upon successfully completing that, we'll settle ours.
So we're resetting it for a year?
No, he's coming in.
Or you gonna end up dismissing it now?
We're gonna reset it until he pleads out to the 1-year probation in
Got it.
Fort Bend County.
Do you know that that's gonna happen 100%?
Defense advised me that it was gonna happen.
And I trust Troy. I don't think that he'd like,
Yeah, he's not, I mean,
I've known him for a long time. I don't think
yeah,
that.
but we can discuss it more when he's here. I don't wanna.
Okay.
Judge, on Jeffrey Thomas, I have two different numbers for him. I've been calling and texting him today and yesterday and leaving voicemails. I've not heard from him.
We're ready to go.
Yes, Judge. I mean, I understand. So the frustrating thing is I won't be able to, if he just kind of walks in on the day of trial, but there's nothing we can do about that if he's not going to communicate with me.
It's on him.
Yes, Judge.
So and what we'll do is we'll CYA for you. Just get ready as much as you can.
Yes, Judge.
Prepared. And then if he walks in, we go and I'll admonish him on the record that it's your responsibility to stay in touch with counsel.
And I know you wouldn't be willing to do a plea on the day of trial, correct?
I've never say never.
Never say never. Okay. Well, if I can reach him, what I've told the state is I'll have him come in Monday to plea if he wants to, because they've offered him time served on the DWI and he was concerned about employment issues that may cause him, potential employment issues in the future. So
this certainly isn't helping,
Right.
I did advise defense judge that I would be withdrawing our offer Monday at 5 p.m.
Which I think is very reasonable. So if I can reach him either today or over the weekend, I can at least get him in Monday. If you'd like to do that still.
Give me prior criminal history.
Sorry?
Priors?
He does have priors, Judge. Some of which were. He's done.
I don't know if I would take a time served. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yes, Judge.
He is so he's done 45 days.
What is your cause number, please?
Yes, Judge. It is 2491447.
Yeah. One more.
0.
That's it.
You would not take time served, Judge?
Probably, no.
So.
What would you be willing to accept?
Just had an AFM dismissed, not 6 months ago. Now
Judge, I believe I was appointed on that one as well.
I don't know. Just see if you can get a hold of him.
Yes, Judge.
And we'll go from there. I don't know.
And James has been very responsive. We've been in communication a lot. It's not James.
Well, I'll try to reach him, Judge. So let me see if I can reach him over the weekend, hopefully. All right, thank you.
So we need to get ready for, just in case. Hey.
Early arraignment, he's got court tomorrow, but I brought him.
We do
in,
it now?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Going.
Cost number.
I can go with it.
2536959.
Oh, yeah, good job. You just knew that.
Ramona, this is a new arraignment now. Can I give you a cost number?
What is it?
2536959.
On Leroy. Dwayne Leroy?
There's two cases.
5 what?
59 and 67. 2536959.
You're Dwayne Leon Leroy.
Yes, sir.
So Leroy, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with reckless driving. On the DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. On your other case, you're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On November 3rd, 2024, officers observed defendant's motor vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed, 105 miles per hour, making unsafe lane changes, cutting off several other vehicles, and driving through narrow 2-lane construction zones and on the Sam Houston Tollway. The officer was able to catch up with the defendant and initiate a traffic stop. Officer made contact with the driver and observed mild odor of alcoholic beverage, red bloodshot eyes, and a slight sweat. Officer observed a brown bottle of alcoholic beverage under the passenger seat, open and half empty. SFST is administered, HGN 4 out of 6, walk and turn 4 out of 8, 1 leg stand 3 out of 4. Defendant denied drinking anything, then claimed to have only consumed 1 beer. And DICs were read and breath was refused. Blood search warrant was obtained and executed.
Are you telling me that he's going through a construction zone at 105 miles an hour?
That's what I have here, Judge, per the dams.
Any prior DWIs? Mind checking? Or any kind of other reckless driving?
I don't see anything that has to do with driving on his record.
There's a lot of construction on the toll road. If you're going that fast, probably pass through it,
But
rather
you're
quickly.
supposed to slow down at an extreme slow place when you're
I agree.
extremely slow pace when you're going through a construction zone.
I agree.
Mr. Leroy, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case, and I'm now taking away your privilege to drive. You're not allowed to drive at all. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You will be signing an affidavit with me, and I hope you take it seriously, because if not, you will be facing 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. And I don't care what your excuse is. Mother Teresa needs a ride to church. You come down, we will have a hearing, and you're facing 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of dope, likewise, you will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
These are two different affidavits that you're going to be signing. So if I find that you drive, and I don't care what it's for, I will have 2 contempt hearings every time you drive. You have a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Aigle, and he will tell you when you have to come back to court. If he comes back to me and tells me he can't get a hold of you, you pick up a new case. You violate conditions, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, we'll have you go.
Thanks.
Hey, guys, I'm ready for you.
I'm about to bring up.
Hey, Judge, good morning.
Hey. Hey, Ramona, don't reset Adana yet. You didn't reset him yet, did you? First one on the docket. Good. Okay, Ricardo.
Judge, here on Kellen Peters, it's a fugitive case. I'd be asking for a bond for him. They're bringing him out right now.
Bond? Is that what-
Yes, please.
Caballero.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me while we're waiting.
Thank you, Judge.
Hey.
I just need in your queue should be a order of supervision, a PTI order.
I'll send it for you. Got it.
Thank you, Judge.
Have fun.
Judge, I'm not sure if
I know he was here. I spoke to him and I told him not to leave. Uh-huh. He may be outside or something, but
Sir, stay looking forward.
oh, you know what? Ramona, I sent him for a drug test. Okay, sorry to keep you waiting. Good morning, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Bishop?
So Mr. Peters is wanted out of Caddo Parish on issuing a worthless check. I'm assuming this correlates to like issuing a bad check here in Texas. And so I would be asking for a bond so he could go to Louisiana and take care of this business out there and resolve it.
So he's on felony probation for false statement obtaining credit, picks up a DWI second, and now he's got this case.
Correct. I've told him what that DWI might do to his probation.
Mr. Fisher, ma'am.
Don't say anything about the DWI because you're on felony probation for a very serious, up to 10-year probation. You picked up a new case, and now you have another case in Louisiana. I mean, really.
I had no idea about the case in Louisiana, sir. I had just went to the Army base in Killeen. I was working for Bobtail Crane, and when they escorted us into the military base, nothing popped up about a charge or anything else like that. I had no clue about this. If I would have known about this, I could have easily took care of this whatsoever.
But the problem is that stuff keeps happening. When do we say when?
Sir, like I said, in the case for the DWI, I was not drunk. I was on my way to work.
Really, now's not the time to fight this case. My only point is that it just, stuff keeps happening.
Yes, sir.
State's asking for no bond, in addition to the federal probation he's on right now, we're also seeing.
He's on federal probation too?
I'm sorry, I thought you said federal, but the 3-year probation that he was on right now from the 185th, out of 2022. He also had a deferred revoked in 2010 from Montgomery County that resulted in 10 months of TDC. He also had another TDC trip for tampering with government record in 2008. He had an evading of a motor vehicle, which is a state jail felony that was reduced to a lesser evading from the 351st in 2007. He's also had a couple theft arrests that resulted in dismissals. He's also on a DWI second here in. How
many trips you got? 2?
Sir.
How many times you been to the pen?
It was just one time, sir. It was just one
You're saying
time.
how many times you've been to the penitentiary, Amy?
I'm seeing at least 2 here for TDC.
No.
One in 2008 and another in 2008 from Montgomery.
No, it was only one time.
Here's the thing. If you have 2 pen trips, you're what's labeled a true habitual. Anytime you pick up a serious felony, you're looking at 25 to life. So when you're out there in the free world, you have to be extra special good, because if not, you could be looking at a minimum of 25 years to life.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm just giving you facts.
Judge, if I could argue for my client a little bit, he does have criminal history. The issue here is he's got this DWI. He's made bond on that. He's got a bond there. He is on deferred as well in the 185th. I don't show a court date there. I don't see anything happening there as of yet. The only thing he's here in front of you right now is for issuing a worthless check out of Louisiana. This is something that could easily be taken care of, possibly by paying something even from here. If not, he is willing to go to Caddo Parish and avail himself to that parish and figure that out. It's not a serious case, Judge. He does have history. He was, from what he tells me, he was unaware that this popped up. I don't know when this actual case was issued, when it was presented, when it was filed.
Is this a new case? Is this an old case?
It was issued October 31st. The offense date was September 14th.
Of this year, October 31st of this year?
The warrant was issued
I'm
this
sorry,
year.
24?
Yes, the warrant was issued this year. The offense date was September of last year.
October 31st of this year.
They issued the warrant on October of 24. But the actual alleged offense date is
September of last year.
of 23. Okay.
So less than a month, Judge. He's been in Texas.
My problem and my concern are 2 things, though, Mr. Peters. Number 1, are you a danger to the community? Number 2 is you've got a lot of theft cases, and theft cases where other people are involved. So if I set you a bond, is it someone else's money that's going to pay for you to get out? You know, you've got a false statement to obtain credit. You've got a bunch of theft cases. Now you've got another theft case out of Louisiana. So is it someone else's money that's paying for you to get out? And then when we get you out, are you still a danger to the community? You know what I mean? Perception is reality, Mr. Peters, and your record speaks for itself.
Can I say something, Mr. Fisher?
Just don't talk about the cases.
I'm not talking about the cases. We all have a past. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Fisher? Some of us been called, some of us haven't been called. But at the end of the day, I have changed my life and turned myself around. Since all of those things that you have talked about, I have been driving trucks. I have been doing right by the community. I have custody of my 11-year-old son that I am being a example of what a man should be. I have done everything that I'm supposed to do, Mr. Fisher. I'm not out here causing chaos and controversy about anything out here in society. I speak at the local church.
DWI 2 days ago, a second DWI, you're on the felony deferred and now you've got a fugitive case.
Mr. Fisher, that was, again, I was not under the influence. I had just got out for work at Bobtail Crane. That's when that transpired. I told the officer that I did not have anything to do with the drink. He said, because your eyes are red. That does not solidify me as being drunk. I was tired. I just worked 16 hours.
Don't talk about specifics.
Okay.
How much is the value of the check?
It was like 511. It's under 1,000.
Judge, he hasn't made a mistake in your court. We're just asking.
But my concern, Ricardo, is where is he gonna get the money to pony it up?
Well, Judge, I know you're speculating that it could be the public's money, but it could also be his money. I mean, he's been working for 5 years. He's got a CDL. He worked at Superstar Logistics for 5 years before working for Bobcat Crane. So he's been gainfully employed. It could easily be his money. I mean, there's nothing to say that it's the public's money or anything like that. He's got a history, but he's got no history with you. And so that being the case, I would ask that he be allowed to make this right. If he messes up at that point, I got nothing to say. But at this point, he hasn't messed up in your court.
Opposed to a bond? What if we set a high bond? You know, I mean, it's gonna be a couple thousand. You know, it's gonna be 5 to 10,000.
I couldn't stop you, Judge, but our position is no bond.
You know, the problem is that you're an inherent flight risk. So if I set you a bond, you're gonna have to pony up all that kind of money to get out. This is no 10% deal. You're a fugitive case, man. So when we set you a bond, you have to post it in its entirety. No 10%, no 20%, just because of everything that you have open, you are an inherent flight risk. So you got to be aware of that. So if I do set you a bond, it's going to be at least, you know, 5,000, 7,500.
There's no way possible that I can, if it's 100% of that bond, there's no way possible that I can do that, man. I'm trying everything in my power. Got a good job and everything else like that. I understand. But this is just
not all bad news, because you're not wanted out of like Wyoming, Montana, Alaska, Louisiana. We have so many people here from Louisiana. We have buses coming about twice a week to pick up people to take them back and to bring them to from Louisiana. We really have, it's incredible the amount of people we have. So around 2 times a week, we have people shuffling in and out of Louisiana. What I would say is you should save your money and use that to hire a lawyer in Louisiana to fight your case. Because I'm telling you, has he waived yet?
Yes.
You'll be out of here within the next 2 to 3 days if you keep your waiver.
Judge, if I may reiterate something, we're at November 7th. I'm still confused whether this was issued the 24th or the 31st. Either way, it's less than, even if it was the 24th, we're talking less than 2 weeks that this warrant has been open. He's got no knowledge of this. All of a sudden, he's being held 14 days in custody with something that just popped up. He's been in Texas working. I don't even know when the last time he was in Louisiana. This has been less than a month that he could have had notice that this was even present. They don't call him and tell him, hey, you got a warrant out. It's completely plausible that he didn't know that this was open. It hasn't been sitting for a year. It's been sitting for less than 2 weeks.
Ricardo, the offense date was September 20 of 23, so it would have been like a year.
The offense date, but when was the warrant issued?
October of this year.
October 24th or 31st?
October 20 of 2024.
Okay, so we're at November 7th, less than 2 weeks. I'm saying he had no notice that there was a warrant issued for him. He didn't know that.
Okay.
He didn't know the case was open. I don't know the last time he was in Louisiana. He hasn't been able to make this right. He's saying he didn't have notice of this, but the warrant has been open.
I mean, I understand your argument, right? But it's still got to set him a bond. If he wants a bond, I'm going to set it, at a minimum of 5 to 7,500,
Okay.
and then you're going to probably have to make, I would assume, a good amount of that. That's just the nature of the beast when it comes to fugitive cases, right? But like I said, if you keep your waiver, chances are within the next 2 to 3 days, you'll be out of here regardless. You need to make the decision, but it's a matter of you're paying a ton of money to get out when you could also save that money and hire yourself a lawyer.
Judge, one last thing. So we're talking about 100%. We're talking about.
I don't know for sure. I'm just speculating. I've never been in the bonding business, so I have no idea.
That's my understanding as well, that it's going to be 100%.
He's got a laundry list of priors. He's got 2 open cases here. He's got a fugitive case out of another state. Most probably a bonding company is going to want quite a bit of jack up front because you're a flight risk. Not only that, you're on a PR bond on the DWI second that they gave you. If you get held up there, it's very possible they revoke your bond on the DWI second. And then in the position you are here, you're going to be in the exact same position over there.
That's why I'm saying, Your Honor. That's why I'm saying, Your Honor. I'm trying to get out to handle it and make it clear so that I can handle.
I know that you're trying to get out, but my job is to protect the community.
Judge Fleischer, Jay says he's in the Zoom room.
Oh. Sorry. Got a day coming in.
All right.
Mr. Kim.
Hi, Judge. Are we
Hey,
still
dude.
approaching on Peters?
Yeah, he's in front of us now.
Okay. I'm playing catch up, but Amy told me that you were considering a bond regarding this defendant.
Yes.
So I have strong objections to a bond being granted for this fugitive case. I don't know if Amy has already relayed, and I don't know if you're familiar, but I was actually the prosecutor that put him on the deferred in the 185th. It was a PSI, and I was the prosecutor assigned to the case. And the 185th, when Judge Wong was still on the bench, is that he put him on a deferred, but he also had jails as a condition of his probation because they were concerned with how many thefts he had, along with the anti-theft course. And the reason why that's pertinent here is because what he's wanted for is issuing worthless checks issued on October 31st, 2024. On top of that, he's violated that deferred by committing another DWI second, along with a Conroe charge. And so
he has a charge in Conroe as well.
Well, it's finished now, but I believe it was after the deferred. Let me go back, Judge. It was on. Well, there was 2. Oh no, sorry, I was thinking of the older one. I thought there was a newer one. My mistake. It was older. But that still doesn't take away from the other arguments presented. Is that it's the same type of offense. Less than 3 years after he was put on the deferred, in addition to the second violation in county, which the court can see. And that was as recent as 2 days ago.
Has the court given you any kind of guidance as what they're going to do? Do you know? I mean, I don't see.
Well, I mean, I haven't heard anything from the 185th, but because this fugitive case, the warrant was issued out on October 31st, there's nothing to say that the 185th won't revoke his deferred for the violation. So on top of the DWI sec, to say nothing of the fact that there are obviously technicals because there is a positive for alcohol. So it's a combination of things that even if the court grants a bond here, if they revoke or file the prosecutors in the 185th file a motion to revoke, he's going to be without a bond there anyway.
Judge, 2 things. If it is 100%, we're talking about 5,000. That would be a $50,000 bond on a worthless check case out of Louisiana.
You have so many variables here that are in play at this moment, Mr. Peters, that you could literally pay $5,000 to get out now, and then they issue a felony warrant tomorrow in your probation case that would literally be throwing $5,000 down the drain. I would be very careful. I mean, I don't know how much money you have. I know I don't have that much money, but if you have just enough money to throw $5,000 away, I would be very careful because like I'm telling you, they could any day now file a motion to revoke your probation, a felony warrant's going to issue, and then all the money that you are putting into this is just it's out the tubes. It's out the window.
Your Honor, I have to at least save my job so that I can do what I need to do to fight that DWI case. Nevertheless, I'm an innocent man until proven guilty. So whatever crimes I have done in the past, I have paid my time for that. I had did that when I was a younger man. I'm no longer that younger man that I was.
Kidding? Who are you kidding? Done this when I was a younger man. It's a year and a half ago. You're on probation. Now you picked up a DWI. Now you got this. I mean, really, who are you kidding yourself? Just look. Just if you want me to set the bond, I'm going to set it at around $500 to $7,500. Okay, if you want to do it, do it. I'll give you time to consider. But I'm telling you, it's probably not one of the wisest ideas because within the next 2 to 3 days, you'll be out of here if you don't pony up that money. And it's very possible that they, any day now, file that motion to revoke because they're going to let the 185th know that you've picked up 2 cases from the time that you've been on probation, right? You have. You picked up a new case in Louisiana. You picked up a case here, right? While you've been on probation. That's not one of the things that you're supposed to do. So any moment, lickety spit, they're going to file a motion to revoke. And if
Actually, Your Honor, if I may, if the court does set a bond, then I'm going to ask Amy. I would be in court right now, but I'm under the weather and I don't want to risk anybody else. And so if the court does intend to set a bond, then I'm going to send an email out to the 185th right now to see if they'll revoke the deferred.
up to you.
Talk to them about where we're
You
at.
guys talk. I don't want you to make a rash decision just because you got blinders on your eye to get out when you guys are in the driver's seat. Let me know what you want to
Talk
do.
to 'em
Don't
about
make
where we're at, Judge.
don't make a decision right here. Take your time, think about it, and then let me know what you want to do.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Mr. Gold.
Hello again, Your Honor. I got Joel Varela Villas. It
Ready?
is a deferred plea.
Come up, Mr. Varela or Vasquez. Is it? No.
Varela.
Varela.
No, that's fine. I'm used to it. They always mix it up.
All right, Mr. Varela Aviles, you're charged with racing on a highway. You're facing up to up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked in agreement. They're offering you 1 year deferred adjudication. That is a type of probation that if you successfully complete it, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. But you got to understand, you give up nearly every right known to man by entering into this agreement. And if you violate this agreement, you're looking at 180 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
To successfully complete this agreement, you must complete a thinking for a change class, a driver safety class, and you must also do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess further conditions, you must fulfill those conditions, whatever they may be. I don't know. No drugs, no alcohol, and 10 hours of community service. You will also undergo random urinalysis. Is this how you understand the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will make it sweeter for you. If you do everything well, I'll take you off in half the time. But that means no racing, don't test positive, and most importantly, be nice to everybody.
I don't do drinks. I don't do drugs. I don't do nothing.
Be nice to your probation officer because they have your life in their hands. They can either, give you a good time or make your life miserable. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses, test on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen or possible immigration consequences, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. Is this what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead to the offense of racing on a highway?
Guilty.
I will not find you guilty. I will withhold that. Like I said, do well, we'll reward you. If you don't do well, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. I will put you in jail. We're going to have a hearing to see whether you violated this probation. If you did, you're looking at 180 days. Do you have any questions? All right, good luck to you, Mr. Bell. Thank you. Okay. Hi, Jenny.
He's on his way out right now.
Okay.
How do you spell that, Jenny?
LEI.
Yes. I need to send it back to him. I don't believe that.
Adrian Lumumba. Just need to put this in.
Sorry, give me. You speak English?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Leha, you're charged with criminal mischief. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement that they're offering you 25 days in jail, credit for the 11 days. Is this what you want to do?
Yes.
You need to understand that this is going to go on your record. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail.
Yes.
You give up a lot of rights by entering the agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this. How do you plead to the offense, sir? How do you plead to the offense? I will find you guilty. Follow the agreement. Good luck to you, Mr. Lehan. Thank you, Jillian. All right, Mr. Boutin.
Adrian Lumumba.
Okay, I mean, it's not old. We'll give you more time. So just 30 days and then, yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Boutin.
I followed the law.
Oh, okay, I'll grant it. Okay. All right, I'll send it. Thanks. Dan, oh, yeah, come on up.
I have a dismissal on your, I'd like to get it signed. How are you?
Okay.
Hi, good, how are you?
Good.
Who is it?
For Henderson.
Demaria.
Is it Henderson?
Yes. Demaria?
Yeah, done. I'll send it for you.
Okay.
Thank you. Sure.
Judge, I've got Fidel Jimenez Mozo, and I know we've spoken about this before, Your Honor. He has an old DWI and an EDWI. He's complied 7 months, Your Honor, with the machine, but I guess after the 7th, well, that's what I'm being told, so I don't know if a TRAS is done or a TRAS should be done. But he says after 7 months, he didn't comply anymore, and his attorney didn't instruct him well. Judge, he's got 25 years in the US, he's got 4 US citizen kids. He's illegal at this point, but he's got a 25-year-old son and a 24-year-old son and a 21-year-old son. Judge, I know the court was.
Come up, Mr. Moses. Oh, you don't speak English, right?
He doesn't, Your Honor. I'm waiting for the interpreter. You just stand by.
Yeah, please.
Moses, habla un Moses. Espera que llegue el intérprete.
Hey, come on up.
Hey, Judge.
Hey.
How are you doing? Approaching on Timothy Smart, we are.
I'm bonding.
He's in custody. The state has offered a mental health PTI, so we got that signed, and I don't know if they need to have you sign something.
Yes, I sign, and then we need release instructions as far as where he goes to, or who he goes with.
Yes, I think he goes with the Harris Center.
I always forget how we do that. So who generates the release?
Oh, I do that? Okay.
I don't remember.
I can go back and get on thing and reapproach if you'd like.
Who are you dealing with mental health?
Usually with Helena White well, that's what I send over the competency email.
It's a mental health PTI and SMART. We need
Yes,
release
Judge.
instructions, I think, and I don't remember where he gets the actual release instructions and whose name to put for the actual release. It's like 4 different people that they normally put. Like, I guess whoever comes.
Yeah, I think it's just whoever comes, Judge.
How do we get the order though?
Oh, I've already filed it. I filed it for you. I've already filled everything out, and it's just, you just need to sign it.
Great. Let me see if
And I guess, do we need to get another court setting?
So
for
typically
him?
what happens, I sign it and then we do a PR bond for the next day, like at a time certain so that they know when to come pick them up. And it's usually like at 2 p.m. or something like that. I don't have it yet.
I did just file a judge, so it might.
So give
not
it a
be-
second. I'll sign it. And then we're gonna have to do a PR bond on this gentleman on SMART.
It's not a walkthrough, correct?
No. We just do a PR bond and I think it's a 2 p.m. What?
It's up to the time they want to be released.
We have to put a certain time on it that they get released so that the people who are picking them up know when to pick them up. So it's just not an 8-hour window, you know?
There's no like place for me to put a release.
I don't know. Did you put it on the court directive?
The order.
Should we get a court date for later on or?
Yeah, we'll have to do,
It says at 2 p.m. on it. It has 2 p.m. on it, on the next.
And they are notified on the order that a PR bond will be issued. Do not hold them up if the bond is not showing as a PR bond right away. So he should be okay. Yeah.
when do you want to reset it? How far out?
What's that?
How far out do you want to reset it? I mean, what do we,
Well, Judge, we don't need to hold him up for anything. I mean, once this order is signed, 2 p.m. the next business day, he should be released to the Judge Emmett Center.
we have to reset it though.
Right.
How far out do you want to do it?
It's
30
up to the
days?
judge. Oh, well, it's up to 90.
Yeah, it's up to.
So they can hold him up to 90 days once he's there.
You want to do a 90-day reset?
Generally, that's what you do with these contracts, because if they want to hold him for 90 days, I mean, that's what they request, and we have to abide by that.
So that's what we do. I
That's
guess
fine.
just get a 90-day reset.
Okay,
And of course, if he finishes it off docket, I'll dismiss it. So,
okay, great.
yeah.
All right, I appreciate it. Thanks,
Thanks,
man. Yeah, have a
Thank you.
good one. Yeah.
Anna, Anna,
Yeah, just because that was one of the things I was looking for this morning.
hi. How's it going?
Good.
Everything okay with Mr. Wiggins?
No. So you reinstated his phone privileges. The jail has not moved him back to regular.
We have news.
I was been searching since
Okay.
I talked to you. this
Okay.
morning. They actually removed him in the system a couple of days ago, like they were supposed to. They
Okay.
just never physically moved his body.
Okay,
And that's on the process of being done right this moment.
okay.
I had no idea.
So if I go to the jail after this,
They should do that, but before you leave, let me know and I will call physically, make sure his body is where he's
Okay.
supposed to be.
Well, he's supposed to be here right now.
Right, and that's
Yeah.
the whole thing.
I don't know what happened. This is news to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know that there was, I mean,
I didn't know about it. I know he was, well, yesterday.
no, he was not on the
No,
docket.
it's today. And when she came.
I was
on, like,
actually asking them how, actually more than see how everything was going, whether, but I guess he's,
I don't know that.
No, I reached out to Conrad. He said that the defendant has not made any calls.
well,
Well,
he's
he
he's been an egg said. so-
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he said that he's like, unless there's being another spin being used, he checked yesterday and
Yeah.
didn't see anything.
But he's in isolation still.
we're getting that.
We'll get him out now.
Okay,
I'm glad that you're able to check to see, because otherwise he probably will still be in there. That
well,
sucks.
yesterday when I looked on the computer, and I don't know how familiar you are with the jail system, but it tells you where somebody physically is in the jail. And when
All I
I,
see is like 701, 801,
Oh.
or 700. That's all I see
okay,
when I look.
yeah, so we get to see like where, like which floor they're on and which pod. It said that he had been moved, and when I went yesterday to the 6th floor, they said, oh no, he's still in isolation on 2.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and that's why when I was looking into it, I called
You know, if
classification to get
you
it.
can always file a
fixed.
complaint,
Okay.
so
Right.
it's,
Okay,
I don't have, I filed the order. Whether they comply, so, but I'm glad that now that you guys are on it, it's getting done, so.
Okay.
Because, yeah, even the computer system did show that he was physically moved, that he was checked in at the new location.
When you
And
do
all of a
speak to
sudden-
him, just reiterate to him, please,
Yeah.
no more phone calls to. Yeah,
I think he's well aware of the consequences and,
good.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna call the old cell block right now and
Okay.
double check that they.
okay, thank you.
Is that all?
Yep, that's it.
You can ask about the data.
Um,
I'm just asking.
can we go ahead and put him on the docket for tomorrow, just to
Sure.
confirm that? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, come up, Mr. Mozo.
Sorry, Judge.
You're asking me.
Oh, okay.
See, this is where.
You picked up a DWI second probation. You were lucky enough. Shh. You were lucky enough that they even reduced it to a first DWI, thereby foregoing the minimum of 5 days in jail. Lucky enough that you even got it reduced to its first, where you would avoid 5 minimum days in jail. And now you get on a probation. And what, if anything, did you do?
No.
He never reported after being placed on probation.
Nunca se reportó después de haber sido puesto bajo libertad condicional de 2022.
All right, Dan.
Perdón.
Now time to pay the
Ahora es
piper.
momento de pagar.
I'm not going to let you go.
No lo
It's
voy a
not
dejar
fair
ir.
to
No es
every single person
cada
who
persona
complies with the probation,
que la libertad
especially
realmente.
when this is a DWI second. And now, that's it. You didn't do anything.
No hizo nada.
You can't possibly expect for me to just let you walk out of here.
Que usted pueda irse de aquí libre.
So we do something today. Today is the day set for hearing. Okay. I don't know, we need to do something, you know, but it's.
What would the court consider, Judge?
60.
60? I thought it was 45, Judge.
Pensaba que era 45.
Okay, you want 45?
¿Quieres 45? Está bien.
And I don't mean to throw it at you that way, Judge. I just-
No, Dan, you know, look, typically on these types of things, it's about, you know, where,
Alrededor de eso.
but you have to understand,
Tienen que entender.
we mean business and we take public safety
La seguridad es
absolutely serious and it's not fair. And you can't expect
no puede esperar.
to be on a second DWI probation. You do absolutely nothing
Absolutamente nada.
and you think you're going to walk out of here.
Que piensa que puede
It doesn't work like that.
No funciona.
Because you have to imagine that if that were to happen, that wouldn't be me telling you, it's okay for you to do nothing and you get to walk out of here. When it's not,
Cuando no es
it's
la-
not okay.
está-
And you have to understand that you'll probably be out of here in, I don't know, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks.
una semana
But for the rest of your life,
de su vida.
if you ever have even the slightest smell of alcohol on your breath, from now on, you'll be facing up to 10 years in prison. So I would never, even if you had a sip of alcohol, get in a car and drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And I am now, has his license or did we suspend his license in the first one?
And Your Honor, he'd be going straight into immigration custody after Harris County.
I don't know that for
No,
sure.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Dan, you never know.
Yes, sir.
We have,
Yes, sir.
I know,
Yo sé que
and I really appreciate Dan because he fights tooth and nail for all of his clients and he's doing what he can to try to get you out of this. But you have to understand,
tiene que entender.
if it's a first,
Y eso primero.
you know, but on a second,
Lo segundo.
no. Okay, so 45
Yes, sir.
and license, did he have one? Okay, so I'll just leave it as is. All right,
Counselor, Judge, I mean, credit warrant background.
for sure, absolutely. All right, goes with you. Hey,
I apologize, Judge. I've got one of my own and it's just too complicated. I'll let Mr. Paris explain it.
is it really Paris?
Yes, Judge. Like the city just spelled funny. Portuguese, right? Yeah.
What do we got?
Last name is Andrews. First name is Paris.
In custody or bond?
He is currently taking a drug test for his felony for ordering.
Mr. Andrews.
So he had felony court today as well. He came here, went to felony court told him to go get drug tested. Came back here, let me know that he was going to get drug tested, and that's, I'm assuming he's getting drug tested. They have set him for the 15th for an assessment in felony court.
P-Ras?
The paperwork's unclear. He handed me what they handed him. I'm assuming that's what it's for, but that's next Friday.
God, it's so old. We had said it, today was the day to set it for trial, right?
Oh yeah, this is the crazy man. Not to be impolite. Well, so this is the arson where.
Yes, arson,
He-
attacking.
The
a cop.
arson, assaulting a peace officer, and now the evading.
So he runs, I think he gets accosted by the police are trying to talk to him because he's going nuts. And then he flees into the apartment. And then I don't think he starts a fire. I think there was something on the stove, he throws it or something. But yeah, it's a
How
mental
much
health,
damage is
it's a
there?
mental health issue.
Is there significant damage to the apartment?
I think approximately $15,000.
Yeah.
So it looks like per the HFD investigation, he put a doormat and a plastic pan on top of the burners and then turned them on. So the fire
Yeah.
originated from the stove.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then I
That
think he
could
tried
have
to jump out of a
catastrophic.
window. or-
Holy moly.
It's
Yeah, that's
a,
the evading. He jumped out a window.
he has some mental health problems. The
Where do
problem, I am not going to plead to anything, ever, because I have the same transaction as the felony.
So let's set it.
I have no objection as long as we have a little bit of a distance, because I'm gonna have to try the felony in a misdemeanor court, which means that my prep will be a little bit higher.
Look, I don't think now we're setting cases until the new year anyways.
Oh, I'm
So
fine
you're
with that.
probably not gonna get till the second week of January.
I like it, Judge.
We got too much stuff in December. And then the cutoff date for trials is the 10th. So really,
Yeah.
we don't have juries after that time. So
Oh, wait, hold on. When's the last jury panel?
10th.
Excellent. I'm set on the 13th in felony court.
Well, is that right? I thought it was the 10th, the last day for juries.
It's the 13th.
Oh,
It's the day.
So we need to set this case for trial.
This year or next year?
I don't think we have time this year, do we?
I don't like phrasing it that way.
So you want
This year.
I've looked for January.
January 7th?
Sure.
14th.
Okay.
7th, I will be in a water park or something. I don't know.
I will say, I think we talked to Ramona about this. We will not be in this court on the 14th. Yeah.
Where we all be?
When is, no, but I thought it was the first week of January that you're out.
It's the second week. Judge.
Just
Baby day school? Austin
We
is
do the
here.
7th.
Excellent. I will be, whenever they're at baby DA school, supervising them.
So you don't want to do the 7th?
Or the 28th.
No, that's too far out, man.
So I have a pre-scheduled and prepaid vacation that is probably, I'll probably be back by the 7th, but I'll be gone for
We do the
12
8th?
days before it. So let's see. Yeah, I'm coming back the 6th. And so I can't do any prep for the 4 days before that.
The 8th?
That's fine by me.
Sure.
Yeah. Because it's I basically, I need a day to get back up to speed. You're gone December,
I know.
not January. Okay.
I would do that.
We could do the 9th. You want to do the Thursday? Wait, hold on. Aren't they gone?
The 8th?
Hey, is Dan still back there? Dan?
Yes.
We don't let him leave. We need to sign paperwork on this
Okay.
case, please.
I know it's that week. I think we're. I don't know if we're leaving 10. Oh, God.
So I'm coming back the 6th. And the state is going to do baby DA school, whatever week they're going to do it. But I would strongly suggest not having a trial that week because it'll be chaos.
Right, it'll be from the 12th.
Yeah, and the DA's office has asked us not, hey, we need to do the paperwork, please.
Oh, then we can do like the 8th.
Yeah.
So the 8th or the
I'm fine
9th?
by then.
Huh?
The 8th or the 9th?
The 9th, yeah.
They'll leave the 10th.
12th.
Yes, we leave on the 12th,
Okay. Sorry.
so Sunday.
So yeah, we can do 8, and then that'll give us 2 days, or that'll give us 3 days, 8, 9, and 10.
Can we do the 8th, please?
I'll bring
So
sandwiches.
the 8th, Hick, and then the 9th.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, done.
I like the steak. Judge.
I know, it looks like he may be in custody. I don't know, depending on.
Well, hey, it's all the easier to find him if he is in felony court.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I think his average behavior is more mental health than drug use. I mean, there's large overlap, but
Did you reach out to the mental health unit?
the problem is my case is getting dragged behind the felony. So it's just, you know, they're all out of the same transaction.
Really quick. Are we doing that?
Are you ready?
Yes, I'll take it. It's just for him.
Mr. Harrison?
Yeah, it's easy.
Where's Michael? Did he leave?
He's covering a motion to suppress or warrant. He's not gonna be coming back, Judge. Do you need him?
Well, I wanted to see what his position as far as conditions on the probation were, you know. Does he, as far as conditions about whether going to being allowed to go back to the stadium, you know?
Being allowed to go into where?
Because I'll tell you, what is the last name?
Justin Harrison?
Harrison, that's right. So Harrison, you know, typically when we have a theft case and we put someone on deferred, we prohibit them from having any contact with wherever that theft occurred. So if it were a Macy's or a Walmart, we do a theft, we do the probation, and as part of the condition of the theft, we order you not to go back. So you got to understand that I'm going to order you not to go back to this place. You're not allowed to go back. If you go back, I'm going to put you in jail. There's serious consequences. You
To
realize
that
that?
store, correct, Your Honor?
Yes.
To that specific store, correct?
No, to the stadium. I don't want him to go back. You know, I don't want there to be another theft there. You know, that's, you know, you're lucky enough to get a deferred as it is. I'll tell you, the DA's office wanted you to do 30 days in jail. You know, your lawyer you're lucky to be walking out of here because your lawyer, you know, you can't continue to pick up cases and expected results. You're now working your third theft case. What do you want? At some point, they're going to hit you with a felony.
I don't want that to happen. Thank you.
So, you know, I'm a firm believer that everybody deserves a chance. You've never gotten a chance to do probation. I will give you the opportunity, but it's not going to happen again. You know, how old are you now?
47.
You're 47. If you haven't gotten a hold of life and what you can and can't do at 47, perhaps you don't deserve probation. You know what I mean? Really, you're old enough. You probably have the means. You know, you're not like a 16-year-old kid going to take beer or food or clothes to you know, clothe your children. You're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys do not have an agreement with the state. You're asking to come to me to punish you. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Understand that you give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine the accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Now, you're asking me to put you on a deferred. I will. I'm going to make it a 2-year deferred. But what I will do is if you do well, as a reward, we'll take you off early. You will be required to do a thinking for a change class. You will be required to do an anti-theft class. So restitution has been paid, or did they not get?
Has been taken care of, Judge. They recovered the merchandise.
They did recover all the merchandise. They didn't get anything, or all the merchandise they were able to recover it back. Okay. So I'm going to sentence you to 180 days. I will suspend that and put you on a deferred for 2 years. Like I said, don't pick up any new cases, no drugs, no alcohol. All I want you to do these classes and to learn something, right? I'm not going to put any community service because there's just no need. A $100 donation one time to Crime Stoppers. This is important because like I said, if you have 2 thefts on your record, a third, you're looking at a felony offense, years instead of days. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you violate this probation in any way, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. I'll bring you back out in orange and we will have a discussion as to whether you violated this probation. If you did, then you're looking at 180 days in jail. Do you understand?
Sir.
All right, so I'll send you to the probation. Just do well.
Yes,
Be
sir.
nice to everybody. That's all we're asking for. And don't be a danger to the community. All right?
Thank you for giving me the
Okay.
opportunity to better myself.
I think you'll do well. Just reward us and be nice. That's all we're asking. All right, good luck. Yeah, with, is it,
Stadium, Minute Maid?
yeah, no contact with Minute Maid Stadium. And I gotta say, before you even go, because this is only for 2 years for now, right? And if you do well, we'll cut you loose in a year. And then after that, you'll have access. But when you get arrested for an offense at a stadium, they may, in and of itself, bar you from going back to that stadium. And I don't know if they have or not, because you have a license to go there, right? They can always revoke it, right? You don't have, unfettered access to them. They can tell you, hey, we don't want you back here ever again. So before you go back, I would somehow check to see if you're able to go back after this is done.
Yes, sir.
All right? Okay, good luck, guys. Thank you, yes. I wanted him to refill it out because that sucks. Just NA, 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 NA. I don't believe that for a second.
Mr. Matt?
No, I know, but tell me the last name again. Cabrera, that's right.
Mr. Eric?
Oh, it's Carl.
Okay, well, we'll put it back just.
Yeah,
just
it's
for-
just-
so Carl comes back.
Hang tight.
Hey, Judge.
Hey.
Judge, I'm approaching on Rafael Lobet, LOB.
Okay. So what does he want to do?
Oh, he's gonna keep the
Out?
waiver. He's gonna keep the waiver. He can't afford that bond.
Save the money.
Yeah.
Really, just use that money to, you may be able even just pay restitution over there, and then.
Yeah. There's a lot in play on that.
Lobet.
Yes, Judge. So we reset this case from last week to give the prosecutors an opportunity to come up with the breath test slip.
Oh, right. And? No? Okay, so that's it.
And we exclude that. Okay, I'll talk to my client, let him know the news, and I'll talk to him, see what he wants to do.
Is he here now?
He's not here. His appearance is waived because he came 3 weeks in a row.
That's right. I remember. Okay, so it's 237 days. I mean, we'll give you to Monday.
Let's see, Monday, can we possibly do Wednesday next
Sure.
week? Let's do
Yeah,
Wednesday.
it's got to be here Wednesday.
Okay.
Your trial at that.
Let me
point.
talk to him.
So,
Oh, you know what, Judge? What's today? Today's the 7th? Yeah, that's fine. We'll get an answer by then. Yeah.
Sure.
sounds good. Well, the only thing is, I wanted a chance to run something by immigration, and 1 week is usually too much.
so what's today?
Today's the 7th, right?
If you want till Thursday, you can have.
Can we do the 15th? I know you don't like Fridays, but you don't want to do.
Not Friday, and that's 2 weeks. Oh, no.
It's
Oh, no,
next
it's
week.
actually not 2 weeks. Okay. Victoria's gonna be pissed, but hey, she's not here. When the cat's away, the mice will play.
She'll give you the 15th? Okay, there should be enough time to get that.
Uh-oh.
No? Because we.
Well, that's what he's
really
asking. He
would.
says he doesn't know. Come on. I'll be your best friend.
Do the 18th?
18th.
Do the 18th. Okay, let's do that then.
All right.
All right. Sounds, thank you,
Give
Judge.
me.
Just blame me.
Hi, Judge.
Got appointed on Eric Matt. I wanted to approach about probable cause on both cases.
Have we haven't arraigned this defendant yet, have we?
We have.
Oh, we have. Oh, okay.
I have no idea. I just got. I don't know if Judge heard the facts.
I did. And I know that he had no prior notice, but they do, according to the statute, have the ability to exclude. And if you fail to leave at that point, and that's what I was looking at, he refused. Let me pull up the statute. Hold on. I don't want to speak
Is
wrong.
it alleged as a refusal to leave?
It seemed like to me because he kept, now, of course, you don't, it doesn't have to be verbal, right? The refusal doesn't have to be verbal, like, screw you, I'm not going anywhere.
Well,
But I think
yeah, from.
action and the ability to affirmatively,
I understand, but
Hey,
he's actually a legitimate, like his sister-in-law lives there. His family's here.
they asked him.
He didn't respond though. And I don't think he has to respond because I want to talk to you about the initial detention. I think that.
Remember, this is a mere probable cause hearing. We're just to see whether he, like, when you're getting the
And I get
outside
that.
facts as to like mental
I
health,
know,
he
I
was
know.
inebriated.
I get that, but actually the detention is a fact in this case, because when you're talking about interference with public duties, you're talking about the officers executing a lawful duty. That's part of the state's language on probable cause. They have to actually prove that the officer's exercising a lawful duty of detaining him.
Let's get there. Well, right. So there's a logical step by step. So let me pull the.
Judge, can I go pull my computer real quick?
Yeah, go for it. Okay, I'm ready. Okay. You ready, Shreya?
I am.
A person commits an offense if the person enters or remains on or in property of another, including residential, agricultural, recreational, vehicle park, building, general residential operate, a general residential operation operating as a residential treatment center or aircraft or other vehicle without the effective consent and the person. So we've got the first part of the statute. He's there. Number one, had noticed that the entry was forbidden or received notice to depart but failed to do so.
I love that, Judge, but that's not what the state's alleging. They're alleging, notice that entry was forbidden, enter and remain without the effective consent.
Say it again.
With notice entry was forbidden, intentionally.
Saying there wasn't notice?
The entry was forbidden?
Correct.
Yes, he's a guest. If they have alleged it as,
He didn't say that.
sorry?
Are they supposed to assume that? He didn't say that. They asked him.
I think the detention is illegal in general, but let's just say the detention is valid, okay, Judge? Let's entertain that for a second.
Will you read it again?
He's a guest. He's walking on the property, walking out. He wasn't just standing around. He was actually walking around. He wasn't entering, he
Not
wasn't
what
remaining.
They said he's dressed, he's got a hoodie, he's got it over his head,
It's 4
he's got a
p.m.
mask
Sounds-
covering
I
his
know.
whole face.
Make it sound like he's a monster. I get it.
They come up to him, they start asking him questions,
We don't have any reason to, and he doesn't have to answer. It's not illegal to wear a hoodie.
and it's not illegal to come as a consensual encounter to talk to someone.
Right, so then why does he even have to tell them where he was?
They're trying to see if he lives here because it's a high crime area. There's a lot of crime that's going on.
They are, so they're trying to detain him, they're trying to question him.
Well, they're trying to see whether he lives there.
Right, because they're trying to question him, so that's not consensual, Judge. We can't say it's consensual, but then say if you don't answer, you're gonna get arrested for trespass.
So that you're telling me that no one can ever go up to a person that's randomly walking on an apartment complex to see if they live there?
No, they can, if there's suspicion, reasonable suspicion to do so. You have to be able to detain. No, I do not think the police can just detain whoever is walking through an apartment complex. And if they do, I do believe that that person has an absolute right to not answer. And just because they don't answer, you cannot arrest them. It's exactly like if the detention was illegal and they failed to ID, you can't fail to ID when you don't have to ID. And on top of that, Judge, he really wasn't trespassing. We have family members, like, even if he was trespassing, my stance is they cannot go up and detain him. If you're saying, Judge, he had to answer that, then it was a lawful detention. So if you're finding that there was a lawful detention because he was wearing a hoodie.
Dan, do you need me to just sign something?
Judge, I'm approaching because he didn't sign the paperwork and because I think what I was told is he has to be true with the first DWI.
Okay, we'll do, sorry.
No, we're good.
Okay. Can you?
So would you like me to read PC Judge
Yeah.
again? Okay. So on 10/30/24, officers were patrolling an apartment complex in Harris County, Texas that is known to have a high amount of crime. Officers are familiar with the property manager who's complained about trespassers in the past. There are multiple no trespassing, no loitering signs throughout the apartment complex.
Entry is forbidden. Notice that entry is forbidden. Okay.
Officers observed the defendant walking around the apartment complex wearing a hoodie with the hood up and a mask covering his whole face, holding an unknown object in his pocket. Officers asked the defendant if he lived in the complex, and the defendant did not answer. Officers believed that crime was afoot as the defendant refused to remove his hands from his pockets. Officers attempted to Terry frisk the defendant for any weapons. Defendant refused to be patted down for weapons.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, they just start searching him.
Is afoot? What crime is afoot? What crime is
I
afoot?
mean, really? I mean, I get it. I mean, they're saying that there's reasonable suspicion that he's committed an offense because his hands are in his pocket.
And he's wearing a hoodie.
I think that in the offense report, it mentioned, or in the DIMS, that it mentions that it looked like there was a bulge in his pocket. I believe that was why the frisk was initiated, but
And
otherwise.
usually, you're right. Usually in that instance, a crime has been committed, right? Like they see someone throw something, or. So let's do this. Give me a second. Let me do this plea.
Yes, Judge.
If you want to reach out to Michael to see if he has anything else,
I will, Judge.
but yeah.
Okay, Judge.
Okay. Do we have?
Carl,
Carl, I'm sorry.
This time.
And then after, do you mind bringing out Dan?
Yes, I also already text for Luis also, just in case.
All right. All right, Mr. Cabrera. You're charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked in agreement. They're offering you a 9-month deferred with no harassing, threatening, or abusive contact with Renee Quintanilla. Who is that?
It's my mom's next door neighbor. I've been living with my mom throughout my drug use for the past 8 years. So
Careful with this person, because all they have to do is call up the DA's office and go, hey, man, or even the cops go, hey, man, he's harassing me. Boom.
I've already apologized to him, but even though not through my mother, I told my mother, hey, I fully apologize, and I moved out and I went to the sober living house, and I was going by what the bond said. So
Just be careful. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
As part of the agreement, you will do an effective decision-making class and anger management class at TRAS with the conditions and the DDRP as a condition as well. Is this how you understand it?
So the time's gonna be going concurrent as I'm in the program with probation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's a good point. It's like setting him up to fail. Because what I'm saying is that this is a 9-month probation, yet he's going to be spending 3/4 of that time in DDRP. He's going to get out. There's no way he's going to be able to do these 2 classes within a month of being released
They're
from.
online classes. They're not,
It's not gonna have a computer.
when you get out.
What I'm trying to make is that you're going to spend at least 6 to 7 months in the facility. This is a 9-month probation. So the minute you get out, you're going to have to complete these classes. Are you going to be able to get that done?
I'm gonna be in the program DDRP for 7 months.
That's what it takes.
Why not just put me on probation?
You are. That's what this is.
Without that DDRP.
No.
Because that's what you need. That's what we were saying. That's why this thing is so expensive, that you're getting into this
You're gonna
thing.
be my same judge if it so happens that they say that, hey, we're gonna lock him up because he failed to do this.
Stay with me for the next whoever, for how long I can be here, you'll be with me.
Who's to say that they're not gonna lock me
Mr.
up again?
Cabrera, we're not here to punish and enslave. We're here to see that you get better and that you make something with your life. We want you to leave here better than you came in.
He's not going to incarcerate you for anything as long as you do what you're supposed to do.
I just want to see effort. I want to see that you're bettering yourself. That's all I want. Did you get your high school diploma?
Me and my GED.
Boom. That's part of it.
So why were you saying it was gonna set me up to fail though?
Because it gives you a very limited amount of time to complete the classes from the time, but we'll work with you. We're not here to set you up to fail. I'll work with you however much you need, however much time you need. I'm gonna take the money off of everything so you won't have to pay for anything. It's never about the money. It's about you just doing what you're saying you're gonna do. And most importantly, staying clean. That's what I care about. And getting your GED. Because you gotta have that at a minimum in life, all right? You give up a lot of rights by entering the agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense of terroristic threat? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will not find you guilty. I will withhold that for 9 months. Just make us proud. That's all I'm asking you to do, Mr. Cabrera. Can you get it done? Please do. I want you to be successful. If you ever need anything, just come back. Let Carl know. I'll help you out however you need it. All right? Okay, man.
Am I allowed to just, if I have a problem or something I need, I can just come into the courtroom at 8:30 in the morning, any day?
Anytime.
Okay. All right.
Or you can call me.
Call you?
Yes, ma'am. La firmamos y después la voy a hacer.
I texted Mike already.
Madam Prosecutor.
Thank you so much, Dan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Mozo,
Yes.
is it true or untrue that you violated your probation? I'm gonna find that it's true. I'm now gonna sentence you to the 45 days in jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. Understand, this is gonna go on your record. It'll be there forever. You ever pick up another DWI, you're gonna be looking at a whole lot of time in prison. Don't get into a car, even if you've had a sip of alcohol. You're taking a humongous risk. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, good luck to you, friend.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you so much, Dan.
Bye-bye.
Oh, the enhancement. Shit. You
Una
forgot.
pregunta más. Yes.
Damn it. I'm just so busy. I'm sorry, my fault.
It's okay.
Mozo.
You abandoned it on the first one.
Are you sure?
It was abandoned, Judge.
Yeah, you can't.
Okay,
There's no.
okay. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, ciao.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What's going on in the custody? Okay, then yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Dan.
What's that, Judge?
Yes.
Yes, sir. What's your judge?
Yeah, we're done.
Oh, we
Yeah,
are.
go, sorry. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you for joining us. We love you. Thanks for hanging out with us. We love you and see you tomorrow morning. Bye, man. Okay.
I can answer that question. Do you want to do van? Because if you want to do van would be happening right now.
Yes, sir.
We have. Okay. All right. Is this Mr. Commerce?
State your name.
Mr. Commerce, before the court, cruelty toward child, aggravated child abuse. You understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Based on your application, you make too much money to qualify for a public defender. The law recognizes your financial situation may change, in which case you can reapply later. You also have the option of hiring your own attorney or represent yourself. Any question about these options?
No, sir.
All right, Deputy Criminal History, Mr. Commerce.
Shows no history.
Bond set at 150,000. No contact directly, indirectly, or through a third party alleged victim. Court date's going to be December the 23rd at 9 o'clock.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign, sir, you have to give us a moment.
Giordani, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm you will truthfully and accurately interpret the conversation of court and the defendants today?
I do.
Thank you, sir. How you doing today, Giordani?
I'm good, Your Honor. How are you?
No, better than I deserve, I promise. My only concern is Saturday night in Death Valley. They can't let those Cajuns have a whole day to get riled up for a football game and then expect another team to come in there and play worth a damn. It's ridiculous. They're insane as it is. They're insane before they get started. They're insane at 11 o'clock in the morning. You can't give them a 6:30 kickoff and expect things to go well.
Do you think they still smell like corn dogs at 7:30 or?
They always smell like corn dogs, man. It's the only thing that's consistent about LSU fans. Every time I see Chris, I remind him of
This
that.
one speaks English. He doesn't need an interpreter.
Is this Mr. Mendez Stiller?
Yes, sir.
So you're fully court charged of driving under the influence with alcohol. Do you understand that charge?
You understand what you're charged with?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and rights. Based on your application, you've indicated you're going to hire your attorney or represent yourself. Is that how you're going to proceed?
It was hard to hear.
Cut back forth. He's indicated he doesn't want the defender. Is he going to hire his own attorney or represent himself?
Are you gonna hire your,
I'm not gonna hire anyone. Just gonna.
represent yourself?
Gotcha. All right, Deputy Criminal History.
Shows no history with no tracking.
All right, bond set at 1,500. Court date is tomorrow, November 8th at 8:30. No alcohol while you're released. Good luck, sir.
Let's step over to the T. I'm impressed with you. Next.
Because I didn't say anything?
Yes.
It was hard.
State your name, sir.
Mr. Sloan.
Mr. Sloan, you fully court charged resisting officer with violence and simple assault on a firefighter, EMT, or other first responder. Do you understand those charges?
I understand them, but I'm not guilty of any of it.
That's two different questions, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
As long as you understand them, we can go forward today.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right. Based on your application.
I'm getting a public defender, you say?
That's what I said.
Yes, sir.
All right. Deputy Criminal History.
Last year, FTA ×2, 18 ag assault with a deadly weapon, 17 alcohol. Prior to that, nothing new since 10. It goes back to 05 locally.
Bond set at 5,000 on the resisting with, 5,000 on the assault on a first responder. No contact. Court date's going to be December 23rd at 9 o'clock. Good luck, sir.
December 23rd, you say?
Yep.
Okay.
Evie.
Red X, sir. State your name.
Smith, before the court on a violation of probation for domestic violence battery. An order held without bond. Your court date is November the 13th at 1:30.
Step to your right to the T.
I love you. They got me somewhere I can't even speak to you.
Next. Red X, sir. Same person from yesterday.
you. Well, I mean, for him.
State your name, sir.
I know. Mr. Message, before the court on a violation of probation for what was originally L&L. You've been ordered held without bond. Your court date is December 23rd at 9 o'clock. Good luck, sir.
Step to your right. Next. Red X, sir. State your name.
Jonathan Richard.
Mr. Richard, before the court at 9 o'clock. Good luck, sir.
Step to your right. Next. He out there. The next one.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, it's a preset. Rusty, you already know, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll hold it out, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Judge
thank you.
Register?
Yep. Yep.
All right, but.
We are retained.
All right. I'll write through that.
Thank you, Judge.
Douglas, number 12. That way we don't jam him up, or provide a point and messing up. So much. No.
State your name.
Thanks.
Amari Bolden.
Mr. Bolden, how you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
I'm well. Mr. Bolden, you're 44 on a failure to appear warrant that was served on you for what was originally a grand theft of an automobile. Mr. Shepherd is here on your behalf by video. I don't know if you can see him or not. You see Mr. Shepherd?
Hey, Mr. Shepherd.
All right. Mr. Shepherd has disclosed to the court that he has been retained, so he's going to be representing you in this matter. Judge Register has ordered you held without bond. Your court date is December the 10th at 9 o'clock. Mr. Shepherd can file something with the court for that to be modified, but that's going to have to go through Judge Register as it was his warrant, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. You got any questions for me, Mr. Bolden?
No, sir.
All right. Good luck. Good luck to you, sir. And Mr. Shepherd will be in contact.
Yeah. Hey, Amari, we'll be out to see you. Thank you, Judge. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Amari.
Step to your right to the T. Next. Red X, ma'am. State your name.
Angela Kennedy.
Candy, for the court of attack and criminal mischief. Do you understand the charges?
Yes.
I need to get copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true, ma'am?
You got a copy of your paperwork?
Yes.
Were you advised of your rights today?
Yes.
Based on your application, I find you do qualify. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. So you have an attorney now. Question about that?
No, sir.
Deputy criminal history, Ms. Kennedy?
Just leaving the scene in 20 and that's it.
Going to release her on pretrial release. Report date is November the 8th at 8:30. She needs to report to the pretrial release office after court. She's to have no contact directly, indirectly, or through a third party alleged victim. Good luck, ma'am.
Step to your right to the T. Next. Red X. Here you go again. Say your name.
Dorothy Hill.
Cecilia, you're fully court charged with violation of no contact order. Do you understand that charge?
Yes.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes.
Based on your application, I find that you do qualify. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any question about that?
Excuse me?
Got an attorney now.
Okay.
Deputy criminal history.
It's already held that bond on a VOP and she has another domestic on the same victim, but she's held anyway for that.
Bond's $5,000. Court date's November 8th at 8:30. No contact directly, indirectly, or through a third party alleged victim.
Step to your right. Step to your right. Next. Red X. Face the TV. State your name.
Healing Icon.
Ms. Adcock, before the court charge driving under the influence. Do you understand that charge?
I'm sorry?
Do
You understand what you're charged with?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. I understand you've been given
Yes.
copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true, ma'am?
Yes.
Based on your application, you make too much money to qualify for a public defender, but the law recognizes Your financial situation may change, in which case you can reapply later. You also have the option of hiring your own attorney or represent yourself, okay?
Yes, sir.
Deputy, criminal history, Ms. Adcock?
24, there was a possession of controlled substance ×2. She just entered diversion out of Gulf County on the 24th. With Judge Collier.
I hope there wasn't a backup plea.
No, I had prescriptions for both of them.
Okay. Bond said 2,500. Court date's gonna be November the 8th, tomorrow at 8:30. No alcohol while you're on release.
All right, step to your right to the T. Next. Red X, ma'am. State your name.
Brittany King.
Ms. Cade, you're fully court charged with 5 counts of uttering false instrument, 1 count of passing a forged altered instrument, 2 counts of grand theft to over 10,000 but less than 20,000. Do you understand those charges?
Understand what you're charged with.
Yes, sir.
Really, I'm telling everybody, I'm allergic to work. Yeah, this time of year I get really sick. I need to be in the woods. All right, ma'am, I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Based on your application, you make too much money to qualify for a public defender, but the law recognizes your financial situation may change, in which case you can reapply later. You understand that? You also have the option of hiring your own attorney or represent yourself. Deputy, criminal history?
Had the same charges in Alabama this year.
That can't be true. Not in
It
Alabama.
is almost the exact amount of counts too.
Really? In Alabama?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I said at 5,000 on each of the false instruments. So far. 5 on the passing altered instrument, 10,000 on the grand theft, 10,000 on the grand theft. My count's good. Court date's going to be December 23rd at 9 o'clock. No contact with the alleged victim.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next. Riddick.
Is Ms. Moore? Ma'am, you're fully court charged with grand theft, giving false information to a law enforcement officer, and a violation of probation for a petty theft. Do you understand those charges?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, based on your application, I find you do qualify. I'm gonna go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. So you have an attorney now. How about that?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Commissioner?
Besides this, there was a FTA out of Alabama in 16. It doesn't tell me what it was for.
On the grand theft, bond 10,000. On the false name,
Yes.
bonds 5,000. On the violation of probation, you held without. Court dates are going to be December 12th at 9 o'clock on the felony. November 8th at 8:30 on the false name, and on the VOP, it's November 13th at 1:30.
So it's really bad off, and there's no fix for this. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Do we continue or do we just call it here? I think I've got a big old vote to just call it here. I didn't realize that I didn't realize there was a sync issue at all. Dream says call it. I'm kind of for calling it too. Everybody, anybody? Tay says continue. Got a lot of got to go with the flow. I mean, if you're just listening, it's not there's nothing to worry about. So there's about 30 minutes of this left. All right. Doesn't bother people. It's just listening. Everyone's satiated. All right, 30 minutes left. Have at it. Let's roll.
Good luck, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Step to your right to the T. Next. It's a lock down in two.
All right here, baby.
When the light come on. That's a two, yeah.
How you doing?
Step on the red X and state your name.
Ms. Davis, you're fully court charged a violation of probation for what was originally a felony battery charge in front of Judge Gay. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Based on your application, finds you do qualify. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender representative. So you have an attorney now. Judge Gay, in her infinite wisdoms, order you held without bond. Your court date is December the 4th at 9 o'clock. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Step to your right to the T. Next.
Never been through this.
Next. Red X, sir. State your name.
James Henry Van Dam.
So you're fully court on leaving the scene of an accident that you didn't show up for court in. Your bond's been set at $2,500. Your court date is November the 8th at 8:30. Good luck, sir.
All right, step to your right to the T.
Can I take care of that today?
Tomorrow's your court date. You can take care of it tomorrow, not today.
I can't bond out.
You can
today?
bond out.
Yeah, there's a bond.
2,500.
Okay, can I use a credit card?
That's between you and, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir, you can. Next.
Credit cards. No. Wait for the green light. Now sign.
Red X, sir. State your name.
Mr. Rolak, full court charge of possession less than 20 grams of marijuana, possession of paraphernalia, and violation of probation for selling marijuana and inciting a riot. Do you understand the charges?
Yes, sir. I was, but on here, on the paper, it says new law VOP. I don't know what that is.
You got a new law which violated probation. The two new charges violated probation.
Oh, okay. I ain't never seen it. That's why I was asking.
Yeah. All right, sir. Based on your application, you make too much money to qualify for a public defender, but the law recognizes your financial situation may change in the next 30 seconds, and you can reapply for a public defender if you need one, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. On the marijuana charge, bond's 1,500. On the paraphernalia, it's 1,000. Your court date is November the 8th at 8:30. On the VOP, you're held without bond. Your court date is December 11th at 9 o'clock. Good luck, sir.
All right, step to your right to the T. Next. Red X, sir. State your name.
Washington.
Mr. Washington, you're fully court charged of driving under the influence. Do you understand the charge?
I couldn't hear you.
You understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true, sir?
Yes, sir.
Based on your application, I find that you do qualify. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender representative. So you have an attorney now. Question about that.
Okay.
Deputy criminal history.
19 marijuana intent, DWLSR paraphernalia, and that's it.
Bond set at 2,500. No alcohol. Court date is tomorrow, November 8th at 8:30.
All right, step to your right to the T. Next. Next. Red X, sir. State your name.
Mr. Munford, you fully court charged attempted robbery with a firearm, grand theft of a vehicle while armed, and burglary, conveyance, or structure while armed. Do you understand those charges?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes, I had a paperwork right here.
All right, based on your application, I find that you do qualify. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any question about that?
He gave you a public defender.
Yes, it did. Is it any way that I can have a motion discovery?
Yeah, absolutely. You can have a motion for discovery.
And the statute of limitations?
Statute of limitations. Where are we limiting?
The reason why I asked that, 'cause I just did 3 years in Columbus, Muscogee County Jail. And after I finished doing my time over there, they said somebody had a hold down here, and I was kind of lost.
Yeah. Yeah. You just said a loss. You don't remember any of this?
No, sir.
Okay, well, time heals all, I guess. All right. So you got an attorney now. Remember that part?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let your attorney file all your paperwork, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Deputy, criminal history.
Alabama and Georgia. Georgia, you got VOPs through 21, burglary of conveyance times 3, false info to a Leo, burglary tools, criminal mischief, less than 20. 20 VOP, trespass, 19 controlled substance, method with intent, crossing state line with drugs that went over to Alabama with the FTA and a theft in 19.
Can't cross into Alabama.
What's the other charge now? Crossing the what?
Crossing the state line.
I don't remember that charge. What's the name?
Oh, let's forget
Don't
about
matter,
that.
it's in Georgia.
We'll just forget about that one. Don't worry about it. It's not that big a deal, Raekwon. All right, Mr. Munford. On the attempted
Yes, sir.
robbery with a firearm, bond's 100,000. The armed vehicle grand theft is 50,000, and the burglary of a conveyance is 50,000 while armed. Court date's going to be December 12th at 9 o'clock. Good luck.
Step to your right to the T. You got a question?
Can I have my motion discovered?
The what?
Motion discovered. You state evidence that I against this.
You got a defense attorney. Your defense attorney has to follow all that for you.
All right, where's my turn so I can speak to him?
They will assign
Talk to
one.
your
probably
public
within a week or
defender
so.
about it.
It'll take about a week. State your name.
Charles Lane.
Mr. Lane, you're fully court charged burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, attempted burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, or burglary of an occupied dwelling, burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, possession of meth, possession less than 20 grams of marijuana, grand theft of a motor vehicle, petty theft, attempted burglary of an unoccupied conveyance while unarmed, a violation of probation for what was originally felony petty theft, and a possession of paraphernalia. Do you understand those charges?
What do you say?
You understand what you're charged with?
Yes, I do.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true, sir?
I have.
Mr. Lane, based on your application, I find that you do qualify. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any question about that?
No, sir.
Bond set at 5,000. The burglaries of conveyances. 5,000 burglary conveyances. On the occupied dwelling while unarmed, bond is 10,000. On the possession of meth, bond is 5,000. The marijuana is 1,500. The grand theft of a motor vehicle is 5,000. Theft is 5,000. Other theft, 5,000. The last attempted burglary of an unoccupied conveyance is 5,000. Held without bond. Paraphernalia charge 1,000. Your court date on the felony will be November 18th at 9 o'clock. The misdemeanor paraphernalia, November 8th at 8:30.
All right, step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next. Red X, sir. State your name.
Michael Harden.
Mr. Harden, full court charge of possession of cocaine. Do you understand that charge?
You understand what you're charged with?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Based on your application, I find that you do qualify for the service of the public defender's office. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any question about that?
Yes, sir.
Deputy, criminal history?
This is an added charge. What are the bonds so far? I'm sure it's, what's your bond, do you know?
I don't remember. Let's see.
5,000 this November 18th at 9 o'clock, which I hope is the other court date.
All right, step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, son, I figured it was a lot. That's why I said it. Step on the X. State your name, sir.
Credit on this too. This is Mr. Hayes.
Yes.
So you're fully court charged with introduction of contraband into a detention facility, possession of methamphetamine, and a violation of probation for what was originally possession of meth. You understand the charges?
Yeah.
You've indicated you got your own attorney or you're gonna hire one. Is that the way you're gonna go forward?
I don't know. I thought the original violation was gonna be dismissed when I went to court last month because I was supposed to be working at this property and I had a paycheck to be there. Now all of a sudden I'm in jail.
Okay. On the introduction of
Yeah, I was
contraband,
working.
so bond is 10,000, methamphetamine is 5,000. You're held without bond on the VOP. Court date's gonna be December 12th at 9 o'clock. Good luck, sir.
When the green light comes on, sign next. Credit, sir. State your name.
Randall Brewer. Mr. Brewer, you're fully court charged of fleeing or eluding police, disregarding safety, causing injury or death, reckless driving, and violation of DL restrictions or driving license suspended or revoked. You understand those charges?
Yes, sir.
I understand you to get copies of paperwork and advise of your rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Indicate you're going to hire your own attorney or represent yourself. Is that how you're going to proceed?
I have an attorney, Morris Law Firm, sir.
Okay, well, tell Dana or Chelsea I said, hey.
Chelsea, yes, sir.
Deputy criminal history?
Tennessee, FTA 2123, evading arrest, domestic ×2, 19, ag assault 16, domestic 12 and 8.
So you took a misdemeanor and turned it into a felony. That's awesome. Yeah, that's good. Bond set at 100,000 on the fleeing and eluding with accident. 5,000 on the reckless. 5,000 on DWLSR. Court date's going to be December 12th at 9 o'clock. Good luck, sir.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign next. Red X, sir. State your name.
Mr. Carey, you fully court charged of possession of methamphetamine, possession of paraphernalia to appear on a retail theft charge. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Based on your application, finds you do qualify, I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any question about that?
No, sir. Thank you.
Bond set at 5,000 on the meth, 1,000 500 on the attached tag, just because I got to put something on it. Your bond has been, and on those court cases, your court date will be December 12th at 9 o'clock. On the failure to appear for retail theft, your bond has been preset at 5,000. Your court date will be tomorrow, November 8th at 8:30.
All right, you can step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign next. Red X, sir.
Fully court charged of possession of meth, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, resisting officer without violence, and domestic violence battery. You understand those charges?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true, sir?
Yes, sir.
Based on your application, finds you do qualify. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any question about that?
No, sir.
Deputy criminal history.
He's actually on bond out of, VOP out of Dyer's Court and they is the bond on that.
You got a case number?
Well, it's got, we're waiting for the signature. So it's 234973.
I'm going to pull that.
And there's also another case number out there. I just don't have that one.
Are they both, is he on release for both of those?
I think the other one's just a KPSS out, but this one, like I say, I saw it permit for him. But that was before this.
Yeah, I'm going to change that. That's not going to, Judge Dyer wouldn't be happy with that number anymore. So pull that and supersede that one for today. All right, Mr. Thomas. On the possession of meth, minus 5,000. The possession of firearm by convicted felon is 25,000. The resisting officer without violence is 5,000. Court date's going to be December the 2nd at 9 o'clock. On the domestic violence battery, the bond is 10,000. Face November 8 at 8:30. No contact directly or through a third party alleged victim. I'm revoked.
And step to your right to the T. When you're going to sign for it. That was all your bonds that he just gave you, plus the court dates for all of them. Next, but that's what you're about to sign for, so you'll see it.
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Christopher Tuttle.
Okay. Traveling to meet for use of two-way communication device during the commission of felony.
He said yes, sir. I just had it muted.
Yes, sir.
I couldn't hear him. All right, Mr. Tully, I understand you've been given copies of paperwork, advised of your rights. Based on your application, you make too much money to qualify for a public defender, but the law recognizes your financial situation may change, in which case you can reapply later. When can you do what?
Reapply.
As soon as you can turn to that lady to your left and ask for an application. They'll get you one.
Okay.
Yes, Tully?
Oh, no history.
Bond said 150,000, traveling to meet minor, 100,000 communication device, facilitate a felony, no contact with the alleged victim or anyone under the age of 18, no internet access. Court date's going to be December 12th at 9 o'clock. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next. Red X, sir. State your name.
Cedric Jackson.
Mr. Jackson, for the court, Houston County, Alabama, Dothan, God's country, Wiregrass. They would like to see you back. So we are going to ask you, the only thing you and I have to talk about is whether or not you are the Cedric Zacchaeus Jackson that Houston County is looking for. If you agree that you are, it is probably in your best interest to sign the waiver of extradition. You want to do that?
May I ask a question?
Ask.
They have the bond set, so I can't go ahead and bond out.
Can't bond out here.
Yes, sir. That's what I was asking. So would I just have to call the bondsman and tell them to post the bond there?
That's between you and Houston County. We don't get involved in out-of-state bonds. So if you can get somebody to bond you out through Houston County, they'll teletype Bay County and we'll let you go.
Okay. So do I still sign the waiver?
I would, if it was me.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I'd sign 5 copies of the waiver to your left by video in my presence.
Sign each copy right there. It's 5 copies.
My handwriting is horrible.
I don't care.
His return date is going to be December 5th, but he should be long gone by then if they're going to work it out.
They got the bond set up and find out. Can you ask him to repeat?
I heard it. What do you want to know?
I was just saying, he said, call Houston County and see.
The bond up. Yep. Got to bond it up there.
Send it here. Y'all release me.
Right. All right.
Thank you,
One
ma'am.
more signature. Wait. Step over there.
Yes, ma'am.
On the T, when the green light come on, sign. Next. Red X, sir. State your name.
Alex Lord.
Mr. Portrait possession of controlled substance. Display or use of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Possession over 2 grams of marijuana. Trafficking of methamphetamine over 14 grams. Driver's license. Possession of paraphernalia and resisting officer without violence. Do you understand those charges?
Yes, sir.
Giving copies of paperwork, advise of your rights. Based on your application, I find that you do qualify. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any question about that?
He gave you a public defender.
I do got that to him.
All right. The state has also filed a Nebia motion, which requires that you provide proof that any proceeds used to put up as bond collateral come from a legitimate legal source. I'm going to grant that motion. Deputy, criminal history.
This year, possession of a counterfeit license, no valid. He had ISW for a battery, 20 robbery with a firearm, kidnap, inflict harm, and ice hold. He has an NTA on a DWLSR open with you. That's it. There's no social on there.
All right, on the alprazolam bond set at 5,000. On the firearm during the commission of a felony, 25,000. On the possession of more than 20 grams of marijuana is 5,000. The trafficking of methamphetamine, 14 grams or over, is 100,000. The no valid driver's license is 2,500. The paraphernalia is 1,000. The resisting officer without violence is 1,500. Court date is going to be December the 23rd at 9 o'clock with random UAs. Good luck, sir.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. State your name.
Mr. Hatfield, you're for the court on a violation of probation for what was originally felony criminal mischief. You've been ordered held without bond. Your court date is December 4th at 9 o'clock. Good luck, sir.
Step behind him at the signature pad. Next. FedEx, sir. State your name.
Craig Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, you're for the court charged with violation of probation for what was originally a possession of meth charge. You've been ordered held without bond. Your court date is going to be December the 11th at 9 o'clock.
All right.
Step behind him at the signature pad. Next. FedEx, sir.
Justin Cox.
Mr. Cox, you're for the court on a violation of probation. You've been ordered held without bond, sir. Your court date is going to be December 23rd at 9 o'clock. Good luck, sir.
Yes,
Mr. Cox, step out and step on the left side wall so we can get the line
Have we
over.
run
Just step
out of
out to the left.
It's really prove I can slow down.
Yep.
I can stop.
Next. Courtney, come on. FedEx, state your name.
Mr. Cody, you're for the court on violation of probation. You've been ordered held without bond. It's going to be December 23rd at 9 o'clock.
Wait. Step over there. Courtney, step out behind him on the left. Johnson, behind him, so we can keep it in order. Step up, no, you step over there. Next.
See, you need more spots on the ground.
State your name.
Michael Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, you're for the court on violation of probation. You've been ordered held without bond, sir. Your court date's going to be November 18th at 9 o'clock.
Step out to the left behind them.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Step to the left behind them. Y'all that way. Come on. Next. Come on, help me. Yep, come on, ready?
How you doing, Mr. Dancy?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Well, your bond says hold without. Your court date is December 23rd at 9 o'clock.
For the
Good luck,
BOP?
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Step out to the left behind him. Step out of the doorway, step over here. There you go. Come on in. Step on the red X. State your name.
Mr. Hartog, for the court on an out-of-state warrant. It's a grand theft automobile signed by Judge Garcia out of Jackson County. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
Judge Garcia has requested the honor of your presence. She put a hold without on here. So we are going to honor that request, hold you for Jackson County, and ask the Bay County Sheriff's Office to get you back to Marianna as quickly as possible. Return date is going to be 14th, November 14th or 5th. Let's make it 15th.
They have till then to come get me? Is that what
Oh,
you're saying?
no. They've got as long as they need, but we're just giving you a tracking date because you'll be gone before then. We hope.
I will be, okay.
Hope so.
All right, step out to your left behind him.
Thank
Sir, Mr. Hall declined to make your acquaintance today.
That hurts my feelings. If I had any. Qualified, I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent him. You have a criminal history, Mr. Hall? Because I don't really know him.
I actually just got put on probation on a felony drop out of Dyer's Court.
I got
So he's
you.
on
That-
misdemeanor proof on the
that
25th.
makes sense why he doesn't want to see me. So you got a case number now?
245533. Amen.
Well, we'll give him a chance to come back and see me tomorrow on the DOP. How's that?
Yes, sir. Yes,
On
sir.
the possession of meth, bond is 5,000. The paraphernalia is 1,000. The loitering or prowling is 1,500. This court date's going to be December 2nd at 9 o'clock with random UAs. And I'm signing a warrant for violation of probation case 245533.
Yes, sir. Next. Red X. State your name.
Quincy is Clayton.
Mr. Clayton, you're for the court charged with petty theft and fraudulent use of credit card. You understand those charges?
You understand what you're charged with?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true, sir?
You got a copy of your paperwork?
Yes, sir.
Were you advised of your rights?
Yes.
Based on your application, you make too much money to qualify for a public defender, but the law recognizes your financial situation may change, in which case you can reapply later. You also have the option of hiring your own attorney or represent yourself, all right?
Yes, sir.
Deputy criminal history?
Georgia, FTA 22, domestic 21 times 2, trespass, less than 20 and 17 and some older 11 charges.
Bond set at 2,500 on the petty theft, 5,000 on the fraudulent use of credit card, no contact with the alleged victim directly, indirectly, or through a third party. Court date's going to be November the 8th at 8:30.
Yes, sir. Step right here for me real quick. And that seems to be a wrap, sir.
Tomorrow at 10:30.
Yes, sir.
Guys, this thing's like so over. I don't even know how to say how over it is. Very over. You know what I mean? I haven't been talking for like a cool 2-3 minutes. So, yeah. That whole video was kind of messed up. Kids, it's been a long night. I am your lone wolf Usul. I'm your curator for these videos, even when they're all messed up like that. I do what I can do. I do the best I can do with what I get. That docket was just all messed up. What can I say? What can I say? Fleischer docket was fun. It was all good, right? You can't win them all. You can't win them all. Got another day of court coming up tomorrow. We'll be getting some court out of the way then. Come by tomorrow night. Check out Fleischer's Friday forum. And then Saturday, come by at 11 o'clock Central Time, 12 o'clock Pacific Time. I'll be doing a weekend review. But until then, thank you for coming by. Thank you for participating in chat. Thank you for hanging out. I am your lone wolf Usul. and I am very happy to have spent my evening with you. Hope to see you again next time. Good night. Oh my goodness, thank you for the super chat. That's amazing. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. It really helps out a lot, you know? I'm real happy to have been of service this evening. Really kind of cool. I'll see you next time. There'll be more tomorrow night. There'll be lots more.